don't be so focused on the prize that you forget the most important part is the process, all right? And I know for y'all, you and your feelings like me, look, get past your feelings, man, and do whatever it takes, right, to have the be to do what you want to do. It's a different season. Ain't nobody holding us back. You know what I'm saying? It's a different season. You're not a victim, you're a victor. So do what you got to do to get up, man, and go get that.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined by Dr. Inquirius Johnson, the 17th.
The 17th.
We got Inky Johnson in the building, man. What's up, Ink?
What's up, my guy?
How you feeling, baby?
Man, I'm blessed,
Hey,
man.
appreciate you being back with us,
It's
man.
an honor,
The
man.
annual boy.
Yeah, yeah.
The annual boy.
That's why I said, man,
It's only right.
Ink treat us like Christmas. He only come one time a
I know, a
year.
lot of folks out on the street think
Hey,
they're like,
man.
you know Inky? I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I got to do a
doubt.
podcast
Believe
to
it or
prove
not.
that I know it.
Yeah, believe it or not. E in the building. What's up, E?
I'm blessed, man.
We are
man.
in Atlanta, Georgia, man. As you can see, for those of you watching on YouTube, at the beautiful state-of-the-art Patchwork Studio. Shout out to Kurt, who's in the building with us. Owner of Patchwork, over 20 years in the business. Is it 20 or 25? Help me out, Kurt. Next year is 25
Don't
years.
rob him of those five.
Yeah, no, I that's why I said I wanted to get it right. So
Don't rob him.
shout out to Kurt. Patchwork Studios. Look it up. P-A-T. That's work. W-E-R-K.
That's
not
right.
O-R-K.
That's right.
P-A-T-C-H W-E-R-K. Go online, man. Look them up. Make sure if you're in Atlanta and you have any voiceover needs. Matter of fact, they are the best mixing and mastering studio in the country. So if you have any,
Indeed.
But when one meets one.
yeah,
You feel me?
yeah, exactly.
Indeed.
Yeah. So if you got any work you do outside of the state, whatever, you could just email it to them, send your files in, man,
Yeah.
and they will make it sound beautiful. So shout out to Luther as well, who's
In
the master
building.
engineer.
I always feel comfortable with
Oh,
Luther's in the
Luther here,
building.
yeah.
I'm like, it's going to be the one.
Yeah,
You
no
feel
question.
me?
So Patchwork Studios, man, look them up, follow them on IG, do all that good stuff. Kurt, hopefully that give me a little discount on our studio time. All right.
Little baby discount. That's CJ. Don't worry
So,
about it.
is that my
That's
phone?
CJ,
Yeah, sorry, Siri. So, hey, man, a few things. I just, Ink, man, having you back, man, it's a blessing. So, I was actually wondering. So I was sitting at home and I was like, man, what's the best way? I never really understood this. What's the best way as a grown man to tell another grown man it's his birthday? You know what I'm saying? Today is my birthday episode, but I didn't know how to, you know what I'm
Like
saying?
that.
I didn't know how to
no
tell.
doubt.
Like that.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
that. Like that.
Okay, I don't just want to walk up on Ink when I seen him in the parking lot.
Like, say happy birthday.
Say, hey, Ink, hey,
It's
hey.
my birthday,
You
Ink.
feel like, do you know what today is? I just don't know how. So I'm asking
What number
y'all.
is it?
Yeah.
What number is
I'm
it?
37.
Okay.
So I'm
37.
37.
Wow.
You know what
That's a
I'm saying?
blessing.
Always
man.
12 years
But I
younger.
didn't know. Like I
Yeah.
said, with your family and friends,
Yeah,
they kind of
yeah.
all know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you don't know how,
yeah,
you be around the
yeah.
cat for the whole
You know what
day.
I'm
And you
saying?
like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, what you gonna do?
Yeah. At any point, if you just want to tell your man's happy
I got
birthday,
you.
Praise
I
God.
you know
got
what
you.
I'm saying?
Praise
So
God. Yeah,
37
what a blessing.
years. Listen,
What a
man,
blessing.
I
What a
feel
blessing.
I feel very grateful. I feel very humbled, to be here, man. See 37 years. So shout out to everybody for the birthday wishes, things
doubt.
of that nature. 37 ain't really nothing special. You know what I'm saying?
But you can see it in the distance, though.
But like
You can
40.
see-
But
you
like
can see
40.
40 in the distance. You can.
Yeah,
She getting closer.
Yeah, she
You
definitely
can see
getting
her
close.
in the distance.
Listen, man, I'm just happy to be out the house.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize it, but this was the first time I had actually had both of my kids for a prolonged period of time at the house.
Wow.
Yeah, my wife left on Thursday and came back Monday.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Bruh.
Yeah. How was that?
So I had to do school 2 times. Like I had to do everything.
It got real.
Hey, let me
It
tell you
got
something.
real.
Let me tell you something. No dad is fit to be a parent on the solo. And I knew it. Let me tell you how your wife know you're not ready to be like a full father, like independently, right? She left me with a list, but it was so basic. It was like basically just keep them alive.
Right,
You know what
try
I'm
to get
saying?
back.
She
Yeah,
was
try
like,
to get
look,
home.
try to give them one bath. You know what I'm saying? It just said
a
one
dad.
bath. Yeah, no, one bath.
Wow.
Yeah. Just, they got to go to school Monday.
Right.
So Sunday night, I'm going
Yeah.
to wash them on Thursday.
Yeah.
Sunday night, brush their teeth. You know what I'm saying? Make sure they eat. She laid out the food for them. I said, wow. And then what was so crazy is I'm sitting there getting them ready Monday morning, and I hear my front door, like it's got a keypad. You know what I'm saying? They got the joint. I hear my front door open. I'm like, yo, what's up? It's like 6:30 in the morning. And I looked, and it was my sister-in-law. And I said, what you doing here? She was like, oh, Candace told me to come by and make the kids lunch for the day.
Didn't even trust you with lunch.
Yeah.
Bruh. I'm saying, bro, it ain't nothing but a turkey, cheese, and some crackers. Like, she was like, yeah, Candace told me to come by. So, yeah, man, I had them at the crib. Let me tell you something. Shout out to any single mother, I don't know how y'all doing it.
It's tough out
I
there.
was struggling, bro. I was on
I know
struggle.
I call him Ink. I call him about 3-something. He had Trey, and I heard Trey in the background. I was like, yo, see, I hear Trey.
Yeah.
Where's Avery? He's like,
Bro. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, I know. I had to leave little mama at
said he
daycare
left
to
her
the
at
buzzer. To the
He
buzzer.
said he gonna go pick her up later.
Yeah, I picked Trey
He
up
said,
at
I'm not
2:50.
getting them both at the same
Hey,
time.
you did it right. Strategic.
Bro, I paid my check is good to 6 o'clock. I picked little mama up at 5:59.
That's right.
So have you ever had to have the kids on the
Oh,
solo?
I get the same list.
Oh, okay, got you.
Same list
So
from
you
the
have
wife.
had the kids on the
man.
solo for a while.
I make all type of mistake.
Did you ever had? I know you used to
I
take
had
them
him-
on the
I
road.
just take mine on the road.
But you had you was going on like church retreats and stuff.
Yeah.
So he had
good.
Sister Johnson coming
no
in,
questions
you know
asked.
what I'm saying, taking care of the babies.
Wifey,
I ain't
though,
had
was
none
like,
of
yo,
that.
I got a job. I can't do it all. You gonna have to take them with you. So they used to go with me 2-3 weeks at a time until my daughter got a little older. My wife was like, no, you can't take her no more. I gotta keep her at home. But Jalen, you can have him.
No
so
doubt.
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so let's get serious now. Ink, we have a tragic situation that jumped up on the podcast a couple weeks ago. It was the last week, maybe. And I felt very uncool. Okay, you are probably the coolest guy I know. At one point, I'm gonna get Ink to not look cool. I don't know what that looked like. I don't know how to say something to like throw him off his track.
It's
Every time you
coolness,
see
yeah.
Ink, it's just cool.
No question.
So I got to know from the coolest person because they said now shout out to my mom. I am half white, and they said it was because I was half white, Ink. But I said I was a huge fan of Saved by the Bell. So before you answer, Ink round I just turned 37 today.
Okay.
You're Ink. You what? 33. 3. Okay, so that's what I'm
It's
saying.
somewhere around
We
there.
went to high school together. You know what I'm saying? I was a
Somewhere in
senior.
there.
Ink was a freshman. Please tell me that you were a fan of Saved by the Bell, dog.
No doubt.
Okay.
Zach Morris,
Okay.
Screech,
All right.
Lisa.
Thank you. Thank you. They tried to
all
tell
of
me. Thank you, bro.
Okay.
Lisa was cold back
No
in the
doubt.
day, bro. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
Hey, I ain't mad.
Zach Morris.
Somebody
Man.
was. Yeah,
AC
yeah.
Slater, you had the
question.
job,
Slater,
you had
question.
everything. So yeah,
Somebody
no.
actually texted me and said they found a Saved by the Bell shirt.
Oh, yeah, I
And
need it.
Yeah, they about to send it to
Yeah, I
see.
need it.
send it.
Extra large. Yeah, I need it. See, that's what I'm trying to tell. They were like, nah, see, I think that's your white side, dog.
Nah,
Like,
man, I'm with you.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
He's with you. All right, maybe
Oh,
how
yeah.
old is Carl?
Yeah.
Carl, I thought Carl was
Carl
about
just
your
turned
age.
40. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
so he might have been.
Carl
might have
aged
been
out.
too old for it.
And he was in
Carl got a
Barbados.
couple
You know what I'm
years.
saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah, so
Carl
might
said
have
in
been
Barbados, they were just sending them VHSs. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't get the VHS, you just never heard about it. There's certain things Carl be clueless when I say it. I'm like, oh yeah, never mind. Don't even worry about
They
that.
ain't had cable TV, bro.
They didn't, man. So also, man, for real, shout out to Ink, man. And shout out to my son Trey. We won the championship. You know what I'm saying? We just got done talking about that.
Yeah.
Trey won the championship, played
Your
phenomenally.
boy played ball
the
too,
River
right?
Dogs.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say shout out to Ink because I never thought to put Trey in the baseball, but Candace shut football down, and I was like, man, and Ink, you were always posting clips of Lil Ink, and he was a beast. And I promise you, that's what really inspired me. I told you this at the time. To go sign him up, man, and he's thriving. He loves it. We won the championship, finished 8-1 in the regular season, and swept the playoffs. So, man, shout out to you. How's Lil Ink doing with baseball? I know they serious.
Love it,
He
man.
traveling.
He love it. He playing, but it's interesting, man, because baseball, you don't realize it until you get in it. It's a high failure sport.
Yeah.
And so when you start talking mentality, perspective, attitude, disposition, he's doing well in terms of from the talent and the skill set, but I've been watching him to see how he processes when he don't throw a strike, when he makes an error, right? When something happened that cost his team.
Yep.
And so, it's been beautiful to watch that side of it, but from skill set, hitting and all that, you've been doing
Yeah,
well.
how's
man.
that going? Because Trey, it's funny, like, I'm out there and I play sports my whole life and I never was nervous. I think because I felt like I had some control over the game.
No doubt.
But like when I watch, I'm like, I'm over there, like I'm coaching
man.
third base. I'm over there sweating bullets. But here's the crazy part. As you know, Ink, probably because you were just right there, at 5, they really don't even know what's going on. So like, we got through, we won. And, the kids was all, hyped up. They didn't even know they won, first of all. Then they didn't even know it was the championship.
what they won.
Trey, we was like, we had a medal ceremony. Trey was like, we get medals? What for what? I said, we won the championship. He said, okay, cool. Then we got home. He was like, what time's my game tomorrow? I was like, no. You know what I'm saying? So like, he don't even really, process it. The kids who lost, they just lost the championship game. They running the bases looking for snacks.
No doubt.
And so I was,
Wow.
you know, so
Man, I wish that was for adults.
yeah, right. Meanwhile,
Man.
you know, the coaches on the other squad are like, man,
Yeah.
you know, you feel it. And so I was gonna ask you if Ink is it sounds now like he's feeling like he knows if they won, he knows if they lost, it impacts him. Like Trey, if we would have lost, we'd have got home. Trey would have been like, yo, what's up with these fruit
Yeah, all
snacks? I'm
good.
not really tripping on. You know what I mean?
doubt.
So
No doubt.
how is he processing that side of it?
At 5, like you said, he was just like that. You know, they win, they lose. My man hit the playground. But now that he's 8, he's starting to understand and comprehend what's going on. And it was funny, like this past weekend, they played up and played a team that was 10.
Wow.
And so he was playing catcher.
Oh wow.
And the score was tied up, and they was in the last inning of the game. Pitcher pitched the ball, went in the dirt. Ink was trying to find it, but he just been playing catcher probably 2 weeks, right? And he couldn't find it, and he didn't know to flip off his mask.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And so when my man stole home, but they had to play him in back-to-back games. My man stole home. And so Ink went into the next game. He was pitching, right? And he was pissed, but he was locked in.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Got up on the mound, sat him down. They got the victory. But he felt it, but he knew how to process it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and he knew to channel it going into the next game. And so now he's starting to understand it.
Well, yeah, I'm curious as to how you taught him because, you know, Trey and them finished 8-1. So on the one loss they had this year, and I think I talked about it on the podcast before, we came home and Trey was like, Daddy said we lost. And my wife was like, yeah, you did lose, but the most important thing is that you had fun. And I was like, whoa.
No doubt.
You know, I like had a moment where I'm like, whoa. Like, and she was like, what? You gonna make him feel bad? I said, I'm not trying to make him feel bad, but he needs to know
they
that
lost.
for real. In life,
is
like,
what it
there is a winner and a loser. We keep score.
sure.
Now, my niece, Sydney, they play soccer. On the little soccer goes, you don't keep score.
Right,
I'm cool
yeah.
with that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no score. I'm saying, but it's a scoreboard right here for a reason. You getting medals, you getting second place medals, third place, and then you get no medal.
Absolutely.
So I didn't want to shelter him from that reality.
Absolutely.
He still didn't care nothing about it. You know what I'm saying?
No
He
doubt.
wasn't tripping.
Absolutely.
But I wanted him to know, like, we lost and this is not cool. You know what I'm saying? So how are you now, processing with him winning and losing and having that mentality? You know what I mean?
Man, I tell you something interesting that happened. So when he first started playing sports, and I never wanted to be that father that was like at the game, at the practice, I just ride my man, right?
Yeah.
But I would talk to him.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, Ink, you did this, could have did this. And my man would just break down because he wanted to make me proud, wanted to do it right.
Of course.
And so by the time we would get home, I'd be in the car like, man, stop crying before we walk in the house. Your mama see, he gonna go off, right?
On me.
Right? On me,
No
right?
question.
And he would come
Straight
in,
up.
you would see the dried up tears, and she would always say, like, what you saying to that boy? Right? From the time y'all get from practice or
Yeah,
game
just
to
come
home,
home,
like, what you
yeah.
saying to him?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just be talking to him, trying to explain it. So I say to her, because she used to be a kindergarten teacher.
Yep.
I'm like, how can I better communicate with them?
Yeah.
Right? Not trying to correct him, ride
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
but just help him understand and
Yeah,
gain a
no
perspective.
questions asked.
And she was like, sometimes we can focus so much on a person and their potential and what they can become that we forget to acknowledge
What
where
they've
they are
done.
and
That's
who they are.
Yeah.
Right? And so in terms of, it's an article out there. I'm on the internet and everything, right? I'm searching it.
Yep.
It's an article out there that's called The Ride Home, right? And what it talks about is how most kids lose their passion and they quit sports or extracurricular activities
ride home.
because of the ride home.
Wow.
A parent that's riding them, a coach that's riding them, right? And so me and my man got a little rule. Like, if something happens in a game, whether they win or they lose, you know, you want to talk about it or you don't, it's cool. We could chop it up at a certain point. But distinguishing is very real, right? Wins and losses.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna laugh and get the
Yep.
trophy,
Yep.
and somebody gonna be sitting there with the
huge.
sad face. But understanding that, man, you got to know how to process it and channel it.
So how does he take
Yeah.
it from you? You a passionate guy. You
Yeah.
intense. You put a lot into.
Yeah.
If y'all ain't seen Ink on the ground, Ink done built the whole baseball compound. I told him I got to come out there now. This is at one of his houses.
doubt.
Oh,
This
yeah.
at one of the,
Oh, yeah.
the other house don't have that.
Yeah.
Just this house
No
got this. You know what I'm
question.
saying?
One of them had a lot though, got it.
Just this house.
No
Yeah.
questions
This
asked.
house out, you know. And I've only actually seen it. I asked him, could we come by?
I told him whenever.
He gave me a soft yes.
I told him whenever.
It was a soft.
When he put it up, I get to see it at least on the gram. Like,
I told him
when he
whenever.
played
But
kids,
Ink only reveal it in like stages. One time I seen the pool. Next time I seen the baseball combine. There was like a hoop combine.
That's your job to put it all together, right?
I had to do like the panoramic.
Know where he lived.
I said, wait a minute. I said, wait, it got batting cages. I said the whole nine. So I said, I'm gonna bring him out there. But you are someone who invests a lot into your kids, obviously. You know what I mean? And so does it put more pressure on him to like have all of these okay, you got a batting cage at the crib. I'm gonna need you to be super nice. You know what I'm saying? Do you think he feels extra pressure from that, or he doesn't feel it yet?
Nah, I think he don't like to lose, but in terms of, I would say my wife keeps me anchored, and I try to do my best to stay anchored in terms of, I got it from the standpoint of, all right, you like sports and we blessed to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Let's work at it, right? Because I firmly believe if you work at something, like an individual, like E said it once, the harder you work, the harder it is to surrender. If you work at something and you sacrifice for it, you gonna feel it. I ain't gonna have to say nothing to you about it. You go to the batting cage on your own, you ain't gonna like to strike out. And so putting these things in place and having an infrastructure in place so that when he does work, he feel it. I just need him to feel it. And know how to process it and channel it.
And another one of the conversations, E, that we always had, now and that, what I'm saying, we some affluent bros in this room. You know what I'm saying? And Kurt, I know you could probably jump in on this as well, but when you have means to do things like that, right? Like I just told you, I never even would have thought this was a possibility, but Trey loved baseball. I don't know nothing about baseball. I just told Ink before we started the podcast, like, I'm going to just hire him a hitting coach. You know what I'm saying? So like things like that, and not just baseball or sports in general with your son and your daughter, how do you balance, obviously you got enough resources to give them whatever, right? Like you take them, they can fly across the world, they can have the best, the the biggest, whatever. How do you kind of taper that off and make sure you keep them grounded? I know that's a conversation my wife and I try to have daily. I told the infamous story one day. Trey came home, was like, "Oh man, the cleaning lady moved my glove." I was like, "It just hit me." You know what I'm saying? No, I'm for real. In all humility, I was like, "Whoa!" Like we need to, but that's the reality he's growing up in.
Absolutely.
And so I know now, my wife and I are consciously trying to teach empathy and things of that nature, which is not always easy. At that age. Although my kids seem to be grateful and on the right track. I'm wondering, with your kid being older now and understanding a little bit, better than my kids. How you're able to still keep them grounded, even though I go in the backyard and I'm looking around like, okay, I'm the king of Zamunda. You know what I'm saying? Prince Akeem in the backyard.
They blessed.
No doubt. I think, man, like, we work hard to put the next generation in a better position. And so when they are in a better position, it's like one day I was watching something and they were saying, you talk to your kids and you like, man, don't you know, we didn't have socks.
Right.
Or we slept on the floor. We didn't have a bed.
Right.
And every time you talk to them, well, they can't comprehend that. They got beds, right? They got socks, right? And so speaking to them in a way to where they understand where they are, they understand what it took to get there, but also having a level of gratitude to appreciate that and trying to stress that in every way, right? But my goal was I didn't want my kids to have to grow up the way that I grew up, right? I felt like that would have been a failure. And I think all of us in this room, we want to put our children in a better situation.
Absolutely.
But when they're in that situation, constantly striving and pressing to make them understand where you are, this is not normal and this didn't just happen. Right?
Yeah.
And so pressing that and making them grateful for every situation they find themselves in.
So now, do you find yourself like E tends to remind his kids every 5 minutes that he was eating pork and beans, and that him and wifey had the food stamps. You know what I'm saying? We know, obviously, from your story, 14, people living in the 2-bedroom. Your mom working a double shift at Wendy's. Like these are realities. Like how often do you remind them that look, your dad wasn't living like this? You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like they're conscious of that?
I used to do it all the time to my wife. It went off on me one day. Like, your kids ain't in a 2-bedroom house, 14 people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they not missing meals, right? We ain't on no double shift.
Right?
Maybe
we ought to be. You know what I'm saying? It was like coming to America. You got to downsize. Give me a little piece of crap apartment. Let them fill with this. You know what I'm saying? That's what you should do, dog. Go back over in the hood. Just get you a little 2-bedroom shack. Just move in there every other weekend.
Late now.
You know what I'm saying? No modern amenities, no Wi-Fi, no nothing.
You had to start them off like that. They can't hang with that now.
No doubt. So there's a clip, and I sent it to you Man, it was a couple months ago maybe. Yeah. And I just, was up in the morning and you had posted a clip of it on IG. And I was like, man, I got to go find this whole thing. And you had put the whole thing on YouTube. And man, I promise you, I could sit here and play the entire thing and we could just leave the podcast and be done for the day. But I want to play a clip for our listeners. And I encourage everybody to go find the entire clip. I think it was was so deep. So we're going to, instead of me just asking the questions from it, I actually want to hear it first, let the listeners hear it, and then I'll come back and then ask you and E questions as it relates to this particular message, because it's a message that E hits on a ton as well. And I think for this generation that's coming up behind us, this is such a critical message. So I'm not going to lead it any further. Luther, if we got that ready, let's just go ahead and play that, and then we'll come back and talk about it after.
And I'll never forget the first summer I got here, I was in my locker, and I saw one of my teammates come into the locker room, and he was saying as he was putting stuff in his locker, I quit, right? And he was throwing stuff in his locker. And I'll never forget, I stood up and I said to him, as a man, right? As a man, look me in my eyes and tell me you're not about to quit. Like, as a man, tell me you're not about to quit. Like, you're not about to wave the white flag and say, I yield. Like, tell me you're not about to fold. Tell me you're not about to go in a fetal position because the situation and the circumstance has gotten hard. Tell me you're not about to get to a campus, and because you're not getting what you thought you was going to get, you want to go back home and you want to call your mother. Tell me you're not getting on campus, and because they switch your position, you want to call your father and tell him to talk to a coach. Tell me you're not about to quit. And he's like, yeah, ain't I'm about to quit. I said, why? I can't take the way they talking to me. I said, you're not 8, right? You're not 7, right? You're not a baby, right? He's like, nah, but I can't take the way they talking to me. I said, oh, you want them to treat you like the DoubleTree. You want to check in, they give you 2 warm cookies, they pat you on your butt, they tell you good job for doing what you said you was going to do. Like, you want validation. And I asked him the question, I said, this isn't about your legacy? Like, you're not working every single day feeling as if when you do something, if you're blessed to reproduce, one day when somebody go up to your seeds or your children, because of how you did it, they're like, man, that's your father, you good, right? You don't want to do it in such a way that when somebody see you, they're like, man, if it has to be done, that is the way you do it. You're not doing it in such a way to when you do it, they're like, hey, you want to see how it's done? Let me turn on the tape so you can see this cat and see how he coming every single day, not inconsistency, right? Like, I was one, I didn't care about talent. Right? I didn't care about skill set, right? Because I understood talent and skill set might betray you along the journey if they don't have a consistency of mindset and they don't have a certain level of fortitude in every fiber of their being. At a certain point, you can have a cat that's talented, or you can have a cat that has character and you know what he bringing to the table every single day, right? You got cats that's talented that tap out. Like, anybody can go 1 or 2 downs, right? Anybody can go 3 downs. But it's very seldom that you find a cat when he's standing in that tunnel till his 4 zeros on that clock, he's going to give you everything. That's a man to me, right? Most cats, little boys, right? They get what they want. I tell my son all the time, I'm like, Ink, it's a big difference between a hard worker and somebody that works hard, right? Most cats are somebody that works hard. If the situation and the circumstance is what they want it to be, they're going to come out and they're going to act accordingly and they're going to give you everything they got. But a hard worker, regardless of situation, regardless of circumstance, regardless of what happened, I'm going to show up and I'm going to give everything I got to it because I'm working for something that's totally different, right? The question becomes this: can you be committed to the process of what you're doing without being emotionally attached to the results of what you're doing? Can you be committed to the process of what you're doing without being emotionally attached to the results of what you're doing? In other words, if you don't get what you thought you was going to get, will you still be the same individual?
Man, you know what I'm saying? Let's let that breathe for a minute, Luther. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, emotionally attached to the reward.
No, bro. I just, like, seriously, like, I probably listened to that. And the entire thing is about 20 minutes, and it was at, the University of Tennessee, so I'm sure you was extra fired. I could see it, bro. That's why I had to go see it, because I was like, I know, they didn't have some rough years.
Try to get them right.
Yeah, no, for real.
Right.
And man, it hit me so hard, man, because I'm like, when I look at our own journey, right? Like, when I look at, what E and I, been able to build and over the years, and like everything in that message just resonates, throughout the entire speech. Plus, you cursed in that speech, so I was like, "Let's go, man! Go, so my bad." I got so hyped, bro. I was like, "Okay,
Tennessee."
Yeah. No, you got every once in a while you gotta let one ride, dog.
Tennessee.
You know what I'm saying? Ink usually shit. Maybe that was the one time he lost his cool a little bit. Ink let one fly. I'll let y'all find it on your own.
You got
But
that Tennessee pride.
I literally, I was like, let's go. I was running through the house. But man, so many things I want to break down from that. And I guess I'll go in order. One of the main things, and you said it, is people, regardless of if the information is good or not,
right,
or if it's good for you. You said the gentleman you were talking to who was saying that, he said, I'm quitting because I don't like the way they're talking to me. Mm-hmm. So real quick, just because I want to break this down point by point. Yeah. He didn't say, the coaches don't believe in my game. Mm-hmm. They don't think I'm sweet enough on the field. Mm-hmm. This person took my spot and I should have had it over them. He said his number one concern was he did not like the way in which he was being spoken to. And so that was his reason for leaving. And this question, I guess, is for both of y'all. How do you get to a point where you can take information and receive feedback for yourself that's positive, that could be potentially be positive to you, even if it doesn't come in the form that you want? Like, kids, you try to mix their medicine up in applesauce. But doggone it, when you get to an adult, sometimes you just got to, you know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't have to put it in some, raisin bran in order for you know what I mean? So I guess you could speak to that particular situation if you'd like, but then also, how you can develop that mindset where you could take that feedback, and as long as it's for growth, you don't care what the source is or how it comes to you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like you said, man, the sad part about the situation was the cat was crazy talented. Yeah. Potential through the roof. Yeah. Crazy talented. Yeah. And what I was trying to press to him, like, man, tell me you're not about to quit. And when I was saying to him, tell me you're not about to quit, I'm like, tell me you're not about to quit on your mother.
Right.
Like, tell me you're not about, it ain't even about you at this point. It's about the people that helped you get to this very position. Like, tell me you're not about to quit because of how somebody is talking to you, because of what they said, right? And more times than not in life, you got these cats out here, man, that look like Tarzan and they Jane. And when somebody come and they crack the code and say something to them that they might not want to hear, even if it's a level of validity to it, to where it's good for them, they won't receive it because it didn't come in the form of what they wanted it to come in. Right. And so with me, I always tell cats, it's no ego with me, right? If a cat come at me and it's harsh, but it's something I need to hear, right? That's on me to accept and receive that, right? If I know that person cares, like you and E, I know y'all care about me, right? Like I know that to the core. And so whatever source of advice and value that you give to me, it ain't so much about how you give it to me, right? It's about you gave it to me, right? So it's on me as a man to be mature enough to understand and process this and not be on some, it didn't come in the form of which I wanted it to come, right? That's like if you look at life, right? And you could say to a cat, a blessing too soon is not a blessing at all, right? And when you're dealing with cats and things start to come, you can get some of the biggest blessings in your life on the other side of adversity and opposition. But if you stop at the adversity and opposition, you might not never see it because it didn't come in the form of what you thought it would come. And so that's why I asked him, like, can you be committed to the process of what you're doing without being emotionally attached to the results of what you're doing?
Do you think that's a new generation thing? Like, because I back in the day, it was like coaches used to be like, they could snatch you up. Like Kurt, you know the deal. Kurt played college ball. Like your coach would talk to you any kind of way. You kind of had to. And it was like, you didn't, I don't think it was, I don't remember cats being as sensitive. So I don't know if this is just a new generation thing where it's like, you can't talk to me like that, or,
I just saw something today where a coach smacked it was like, I guess maybe a hockey or soccer team. They lost. He smacked all of them. Like he made them get in the line. He was like, bop.
Okay, that's not funny. That's not
funny.
I
was like, what?
But I just had a throwback to when Carl was getting whooped in Barbados. Carl said the whole class got whooped or something.
No question.
I'm 37, Ink 33. We ain't had to go through that. I wasn't getting whooped in school.
Oh, no, I got whipped in school.
But no, you said it. I'm saying, think about the mentality. You got your butt whooped. I'm talking about, they was getting
our butt whooped.
in school.
No questions asked.
So if you was getting whooped in school, then you probably had a different relationship
with punishment. punishment.
Yeah, with punishment.
Yeah,
So
no
that's what
question,
I'm trying
with
to ask
discipline.
now is, do you think
Yeah.
it's, okay, so then let me ask you both this. Is it on us to curtail the information in a way that they can digest it now if they can't handle it like that? Or is it on them to level up and be like, yo, I'm going to just man up and
to
take
me,
it?
it just depends what level. But I ain't gonna lie, as you was talking, I'm that dude. Like I be in my feelings.
Yeah.
So I don't like information.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But to your point, I'm grown enough to go, like, E, you need this. But I ain't gonna lie, like I always been the kid that been in my feelings. Like I'm not a non-feelings dude. Like I'm like super emotional. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily always like people chastising me or even correcting me, period.
Yeah.
Like I say to my wife all the time, I used to say to C, like, and my wife, they tell me stuff about speaking. I'm like, you don't speak. Like, don't be trying to run up on me telling me like this is what I do. Like, I ain't never critique you as a nurse.
Yeah.
You feel me? But I know, even though I be on, like, the feelings boy, I know, like you said, my wife ain't trying to dog me out. She like, yo, this is how we eat. Like, this is how we live the lifestyle. So if you're going to be able to do this for the next 10, 20, you're going to have to make the adjustment. So I do want to talk to those people who in their feelings.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with you being in your feelings. Like you didn't necessarily, like I didn't birth myself and go, I want to be in my feelings.
Yeah.
I just happen to be an emotional dude. But don't let your emotions override
Yeah.
your, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, and you talk about Didi, like, for real. And I know you and I always, we've always had back and forth, obviously, throughout the course of our career. But for real, Didi used to hurt us bad, and her cuts, what really made us grow. I remember, like, we were getting hot, like what we thought was hot at the time. Like,
I
phone
thought it
was
was hot.
ringing. I'm
I
talking about we was
thought it
doing
was
our
hot.
thing. And I remember every time we had another success, Didi would knock us down.
Yeah.
Like, I promise you, like, we'll hit. I get a check $5,000. We'll be like, let's go, geeked up. Didi would be like, oh, y'all ain't got insurance yet? Y'all ain't for real. We'll be like, insurance? I could just pay the whole. You know what I mean? She'll be like, oh, y'all still don't got no LLC? Like, y'all, oh, yeah. She used to call us the Mickey Mouse Club. She used to be like, yo, y'all just the Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah.
And I would be like, man, every time we get another win, D would be like, and what we didn't realize is, guess what we did do though? Form the LLC.
Yeah.
Guess what we did
Got
do?
the
Get insurance.
insurance.
Then she was like, y'all need workman's comp. I'm like, Didi, I can't take. D, I got a 401k. I'm like, D. But what she was trying to say is there's another level of excellence.
Absolutely.
And what you said in there, and I want both of you to speak to this, is people valuing comfort over growth. I think that's like the biggest thing. Like, you would rather be comfortable than grow, and both of you allow yourselves to be pushed. And I think that's what makes you both incredible at what you do, and how you obviously now are 1%ers, not only in your profession, but financially, as fathers, husbands, all of those things. But talk about, and the people you've seen who value that comfort over growth. Because again, E, I could never say nothing to E about when he was getting chunky. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, now I'm not, my personality profile is a D. I don't necessarily know the best way to say it, like take you out for lunch and I'm be like, E, I think maybe you should get the salad. You know what I'm saying? Like, E, back up off the chicken tenders, E. Like, I didn't do it like that. I was like, bruh, I'm not, I don't know if you know, but I know I'm looking at the side profile and you got the Homer Simpson. Like, so again, that may not have been comfort for E,
Right.
but he took it. And you see now, like, he over there looking swole. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could still be a halfback.
Piped up.
He told me he play halfback. I said, that's how I know you old. Then he called it halfback.
No question.
I said, you and Roger Staubach. You know what I'm saying?
Tony Dorsett.
Tony
the
Dorsett.
I
I play halfback. But to E's credit, he still, even at the level he's at, allows for correction. And even though, like he said, it's not his personality type, would probably like to be more rosy about things. Like, see, you could have sent me a little fax and told me, hey, E, I noticed your weight has fluctuated. But it doesn't matter how it comes. He was ready to take that information. You know what I'm saying? And so talk about, individuals valuing comfort over growth and how that, obviously, leads into hitting that wall. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, a cat is still in a situation to the point to where it's comfortable until it kill him. Right? A cat of value comfort that much, right? And I told a cat, man, like 2 weeks ago, I said, man, don't be a partial adult. You know what I'm saying? Cat was asking me for some money, right? I said, you want to be a partial adult. Like, you want to be an adult with your leisure. You want to be an adult when you go to the club. You want to be an adult when you smoke weed. Like, I ain't judging you. Just don't be a partial adult, right? Don't be a partial adult when it's convenient, right? You want to be a partial adult when you drinking, right? But when it's time for accountability, responsibility, the things that'll get your life in order,
Yeah.
you don't want to be an adult full time, right? You want to be an adult when it's comfortable, right? And so when a cat comes at you with something that's not comfortable and they challenge you, even if it's good for you, because your ego is in a certain place, you don't want to accept it. It ain't about that. It's about what's going to get you in a space and a place to where you can thrive and you can get to the certain point in your life to where you're fulfilling your potential and not wanting to be a partial adult because it's comfortable, right? Comfort zone, we already know it. It's a beautiful place, but don't nothing grow there, right? And whenever you think about growth comes with them cuts, them scars, that pain.
So, I mean, a question for the both of you then. Obviously, again, you guys are at the top of your profession. You know, financially, you guys are set. You're doing well. How are you able to put yourself in those uncomfortable positions now where you obviously have the finer things in life and, you know, you can drive what you want to drive, you can live how you want to live. How do you know, they always talk about MJ, you know, finding those things that could kind of like still burn them. Like, I don't know why, but every time the little clip come on with them talking about the Dream Team and Magic and all of them, like, you know, we had talked about it. I think it was on the one of the Thursday calls, but I played a clip, Inc., where they would mess with Mike, and what they would do was they would let Mike play on one team during the scrimmage, and then they would get up, like say they was playing the 10. Mike would take one team, and they would be up like 8-3, and then they'll make Mike go onto the team with 3. And they would be like, no, you go to the team with 3 now. And then he still had to win getting the 10. And it was like, dog, he never like went over to the other team and was like, and they won. And he was like, oh, well, I started. He was like, no, we got 3. We getting the 10 first. And it was a dog fight. And so they found ways, right, to push Mike to where he could still have, because obviously you just put him on one team, boom, you hit 10. It's like, bro, we blowing these boys out. You know what I'm saying? So that was a strategy that, you know, a 1%er used to still fire, you know, find that fire. I'm wondering, and I'm curious for the both of you, how do you find ways to still put yourself into that uncomfortable lane so that you could take your performance even higher?
Yeah, well, you know, to Ink's point earlier, I think I even had this problem, Ink. I really thought it was a destination. Like when I first started, I was just like, yo, you work hard for 10 years, 20 years, and then you know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be an end to this. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be. And I think for those of us who get comfortable, who didn't start off like that, we thought you put in 10, you put in 20 to this grind, then, bro, you could chill. Like, that's what I thought. But as I, you know, started doing this work with the squad, it was like, yo, this is a journey, bro. Like, there is no end. And if you quit, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, the date, like, I look at, he said it, Roger Staubach, Tony Dorsett. You would have never told me those names kids would laugh at, like, who's Roger Staubach? Bro, in my day, Roger Staubach was the man. Tony Dorsett was the man. Drew Pearson, you know what I'm saying? Too Tall Jones. But don't nobody talk about them no more. No, why? Because it's Deshaun Watson now. You know what I'm saying? It's Tom Brady now. So when you quit, it's over. Like, yo, it's a wrap. Now, maybe there's a community that know who you are and they hang your name. But like relevancy, nobody knows you. You feel me? I mean, I was just at I was at the Super Bowl. It was what's my man's name? It was Cardi B and Bruno's concert. Tony Dorsett was right behind me. The youngsters wasn't saying nothing to my man. He was sitting there
coming
like,
up to the hip hop the halfback.
They was coming up to the halfback like, what up? And I felt funny because I'm like, yo, this Tony Dorsett.
You ready to ask for an autograph?
I'm ready to ask for an autograph. You know what I'm saying? But don't nobody know my man. And I realized like, yo, bruh, until you die, you know, you got to keep doing your thing. And I think for me, what I try to do is one, not get all the amenities. So when me and my wife travel, you know, if we going somewhere 5-6 days, we'll do a suite. But if we going somewhere a day or two, sometimes we'll just stay at the normal spot. You know what I'm saying? Just
I'm throwing the flag.
I'm saying I'm at the.
I ain't never seen you at no.
I'm at the Westin now, the normal hotel.
Okay,
like, I'm just
so
saying,
the new normal.
I'm saying,
talk for those of y'all out there. The Westin.
That's the new normal. Right. I'm not saying. I didn't say that. Okay. Yeah, I didn't say that. That's somebody else normal.
Luther, you caught that? That boy said I'm staying just normal little spot.
The normal spot, bro.
Both seasons. You know what I'm saying? Just regular.
I should say this in the regular room at the Sweet Hotel. Maybe I should say that.
So that's his version of MJ going on the team with 3. Is staying at the Westin.
Yeah, I got
the
one
corner
car.
suite, not the presidential.
Yeah, I got one car. I could easily have 2 cars. I live in a 2,300 square foot home. I could easily live in a mansion. So for me, I've kind of just said, all right, I just did 5 gigs for like 15 grand. Like I ain't done 15, 20 grand in a minute. But I was like, yo, let's get back to that grind.
Please don't call for that rate if you heard this podcast.
I'm just saying. I told my girl stay at the crib. You know, I flew from over here back to here, and I did it, Inc., not because I have to financially,
No doubt.
but just to remember, like, yo, I used to, like, this would be something back in the day that I'd be like 15, 10. That would have been strong.
15 apiece, by the way, if you listen.
Yeah, right,
You
right. I
said
didn't
5
say-
for 15.
right,
I'm like, that
five,
wasn't 3 apiece.
right.
I know there's cats out there right now like, oh, I can bring it in now myself.
No. Inc., I didn't say I was going to do that for the long haul.
Yeah.
I just said for that time frame. So for me, it's like there are things that I could
Yeah.
not do that I do sometimes
Yeah.
just to keep that,
Yeah.
rented a car. I drove from Savannah to here today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So before I drive, I could have caught a flight, but I was like, yo, E, back in the day, you would have had to have that rental. So got a Camry, drove the crap. It might be small to some people, but to me, I had a driver for 2 years.
doubt.
You feel what I'm saying? So now I'm driving myself again. And again, it's just to do
The
it.
other thing he would do is make you ship shirts, and he'll fly across the country to go pick up the shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Spend more money on plane tickets, but he swears too much to ship. So he'll drive 800 hours to go pick up a box of shirts and then drive them back to Atlanta and ship them so he could feel like, you know
I'm
what I'm
just
saying?
saying, for
He's
real,
still
I
on
would.
the grind.
I'd come here,
Bro,
tell my
we-
people to meet me. I get the
Bruh,
shirts, 3 bags of shirts. I just wanted to.
He
I just wanted to
inconveniencing
keep that
everybody.
grind going.
Bro,
That's all.
I live 45 an hour from the airport. He like, see, can you go pick up the shirt, meet me, run them here? I said, how much is it to ship the shirts? He said, 300. I said, I give you 350. You know what I'm saying? I give you 50.
I'm like, don't lose the grind, though. See, don't lose the grind.
Before I forget.
See, been lost the grind. He been lost the grind.
Man, bad and bullshit. Hey, somebody got a rap. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to show him what the good life look like. Ink, same question to you though. I want to know for real. Like, how do you still maintain that edge, or is there anything you find yourself doing that? You know what I mean? Because I see, like I said, I wasn't joking. I see, probably picked up a new crib since the last time. You know, I seen you. Congratulations on that. I was like, Ink, I saw Ink at Waffle. I said, what you doing over on this side of town? He said, I live over here. I said, I thought you said I do. I said, oh, my bad. I'm speaking some more middle class talk over here, thinking that you had to let go of a crib to get another one.
I do.
But you know, how are you able to, or do you have to like that MJ thing? Do you have to put anything artificial in the way so you could still have that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, just realizing I'm not there yet. Like in no facet of the game and no facet of the industry in my life, I'm not there yet.
But you are compared to 99.9% of the people in the world.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm
But he thinking about-
I'm
yeah.
saying, so that's what I want though.
Yeah.
What is that psychological thing that can really have you sitting here with 2 beautiful cribs, cars, your wife at home doing her thing, like whatever she wants to do, the kids, whatever they want to do, and you still saying, I'm nowhere near where I need to be. Like that's the thing that I wonder. Meanwhile, somebody at the crib making $32,000 behind on their bills.
Oh, they loving it.
And they watched
Loving
every
the life.
episode of Power.
Yeah.
They done watched the World Series and the start of the NBA. And you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you telling me, as a millionaire, as all of these things that 99.9% of the people in the world would dream of, you telling me, see, I ain't even close. Like, what is, how?
Yeah, how you come out that
yeah.
mindset?
Absolutely. I would say, man, just the foundation of it, because of how I grew up and the things that I had to encounter and how I had to learn them, right? The experience and the trial by error that I had to learn, right? I had nobody in terms of when I was growing up to even try to tell me how to get a house, right? To tell me certain things about building your credit, right? All of these things I had to learn, trial by fire, me and my wife. And so with my children, I'm on a quest to take care of my children's children, at least be in position, right? Not so much of just taking care of them, but being in a position to where I remember when I moved back to Atlanta, right? Like I moved back and I moved in my wife's grandmother's home, right? And I had just been to college and I moved back 2 blocks from where I grew up. And my wife and my daughter were sleeping in a wagon, right? With pillows that we put in the wagon. I remember being with my wife and we were discussing if we were going to buy water or take my daughter out of extracurricular, right? If we was going to do certain things, trying to figure life out, right? Making sacrifices. And so when I got to the point to where I can make certain decisions, now looking at it in terms of my children, and one day if they're blessed to reproduce and have children, me being in a position as a grandfather, as a father, to where they don't have to go through as many mistakes as I had to go through.
Absolutely.
Right? Because I'm in a position to help them, right? To give them that start in life. And so when I say I'm not there yet, I'm not there yet.
Right.
So you changed the goalposts, like you changed
absolutely.
the benchmark, right?
From one generation to now, you're looking at 2 generations. Not even your kids. you're looking at your kids' kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
No, that's a whole, and I think that's the mindset shift that, a lot of us, are trying to attain, right? And I think for me, not that anybody asked me, but you know what I'm saying? For me,
you the host though.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
And it's your birthday.
Yeah,
No doubt. You know what I'm saying?
Happy
Let's go.
birthday to me, 37. Let's go. For me now, I enjoy being able to do things and expose other people in my family. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Loved ones, things of that nature. It's some trips and some vacations and some things that I know my family probably never thought was possible for them. And so I just enjoy those things now. Like look at what I'm able to do for other people now, because you can get complacent, if you're just looking at your own, your own self. If you just, so I like that, man. You saying that you were able to put things out a little further. The other thing, Ink, that was big in that thing was, and if I heard you right, and I was trying to decipher what you were saying, is basically I take a cat with consistency over talent any day of the week.
Absolutely.
And I think that's so big, man, because like I look at, E and I, and there were probably individuals who were with E when we met who were more talented than me for sure. Like that, we had a couple people who, I'm talking about they had it going on. Like I might have been able to speak or like help from the branding side, but I'm talking about X's and O's, business plans, like multi-million-dollar, they had it going on. But to your point, the consistency and the character wasn't there. So when you're looking for people who you ride with or people who you really go to war with, you would much rather have somebody that's consistent over somebody that's talented. Talk about that consistency in, your own lives and how that's, kind of helped you get to where you are. And then the importance of, really taking it to that next level as a, a father, husband, you know what I mean? Not just in your profession, but just in every area, trying to maintain that high level of consistency.
No doubt.
Yeah. So, for me, man, I just grew up, unfortunately, a Lion fan. And so we always
the Lions consistent.
Oh, yeah.
We consistent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We always had
Unfortunately.
losing. We always had like superstars. So I remember when we had like our best season, it was Barry Sanders. We lost to the Redskins who won the Super Bowl. But what hurt me was that was the first time in our life we had a consistent quarterback. He was like a C+. You know what I'm saying? But my man was like, he could get enough. With Barry and him, they could do it. They traded my man the next year and got Scott Mitchell, who had like a fire season for Miami. He took over for Dan Marino. So we would bring these dudes in who was like, I'm talking about killing it, but they couldn't kill it for the whole season.
Right.
But I noticed that one year we had to do Eric Kramer, who was, like I said, he was a C+. But we was like 10-6, 11-5, I think, that year. First time we won a game and went to the NFC Championship. And that stuck with me as a kid. And it was like, yo, E, you could go with these dudes that like got the highlight reel for a couple weeks, or you could deal with somebody consistent who's going to give you the same thing every single time.
Right.
And if they give you the same thing every single time, you can plan for that. You can't plan for the high highs and the low lows.
Absolutely.
You can't plan for that. But the dude that's like right here, he going to give you 12 a night, 12, 10, and 6. Well, I can build something around him. Yeah. And so I started realizing like, yo, E, stop going for the big bang. You know what I'm saying? Like these dudes that's fire, but they come with so much garbage, so much baggage. You know what I'm saying? Like they fire, but you got to deal with so much. Like just get somebody who is C+, B-, who just going to be clean. And, and so when C came on, I was like
I wasn't
that.
a C+ though. Give me a B-. You know what I'm saying?
I give you an A. I give him an A.
I guess give me a
I
B+.
give him an A.
You know what
I'm just saying C was
I didn't
talented.
know where he was going with that, Luke.
No, Luke.
You know
C is talented and he was consistent, meaning I picked C up, like for real, this is on everything I love, and we don't never talk about this. We got to talk about this. I used to pick C up for work. I don't remember what time it was. It might have been like 7:30 in the morning on Ferguson. I picked C up. I swear to you, C was ready. Like I can't, like every single time I go, if I was like 7:30, I get there at 7:30, he would be walking outside. I'm telling you, I knew dudes that was fire. Even now in my circle, but they like, I ain't gonna say no names because we ain't got our bucket.
We ain't got the
But I just had
insurance
somebody
bucket.
today tell me, E, I know I was telling you I was gonna do that today, but I'm gonna do it Friday. And I'm like, yo, I don't know how many people in my life that's on that, Inky, that's talented, but it's like, you tell me one thing, but you do something else. You tell me Monday, but Monday always turn to like Wednesday always turn to Friday. And with C, it was like, yo, I pick you up at 7:30, and literally every single day we worked, and every single day we talked on the phone. Wow. Like it was just consistent. Like I'm not telling you we did nothing deep, but I picked him up every day. We went to work. We talked every day. And that consistency, got us to where we are now, where I had people before him, like he said, that could speak, that could do all kind of stuff. But it was like one day you healthy, one day you not healthy. One day you got the kids, next day your car broke down. Like it would always be something that stopped them from showing up. And my thing is, if you can't show up, we can't win if you don't show up. So I don't think I'm the best in terms of talent. I just been showing up since 2007. I came on YouTube and I haven't gone anywhere. You feel me? Whereas I know other dudes, and you know some cats who might have been like in the consulting on YouTube, talking about relationships, whatever, and they just gone. Like they were here one day and you don't see them the next day. So it's not that they weren't talented. I just think the difference between me and you is you gonna go online, especially you, Ink. I ain't gonna lie. I prayed when my man came and messed up your hack your. I was just like, whoa, what's up? Like, Ink got his joint. I'm like, that's huge. I'm like, yo, this how we live. But I'm back on there, and you still on there. So whatever you had to do when you got hacked to get back on, and I remember they wiped out. They wiped out your whole everything. And so I would just go back, Inky 100. Inky 200, Inky 1,000, Inky 2,000. I'm like,
consistency.
That's real, man.
What was the word mean to you?
I think with consistency, it's going to produce something. Like if you're consistent, it's going to produce something. And for most cats, like, see, you've even sent some cats my way early on when we first met, when cats were trying to jump levels, and like you always speak about, you're like, nah, you don't need to go to E. Go to my man Ink. Talk to my man Ink, right? And a cat might get with me and you're like, nah, man, it ain't shiny enough. You know what I'm saying? It ain't shiny enough because what I do, I'm blue collar. You know what I'm saying? I'm that cat that you put my boots on every day. I'm going to show up every day. What's the assignment? I'm going to go to work. Right? Because I understand that when you're consistent, it's going to produce something. And so one night you might see a cat and he's selling carpets. One day you might see a cat, he's selling mugs. One day you might see a cat, he's speaking. One day you might see a cat, like he all over the place. He's not consistent and don't have the staying power to stick with something. Right? And so when I'm looking for consistency, what I'm looking for is, can a cat have the staying power to stick with what he said he was going to stick with?
That's it.
It's not even about the result.
That's it.
It's about if you told me you're going to go to the store 10 days, will you show up and will you go to the store 10 days? Or if a cat come to you and say, hey, man, we need to go to the mall. They got some over here at the mall and they dangling a carrot. If you're going to go to the store, if you're going to get off course and go for the carrot. Because I know if we're consistent, we can be consistent and build on consistency, not in one aspect of our life. We can build on consistency in everything that we do. It's just like with children. Right? I used to think when I told my son, Ink, I'm going to be here, I'm going to do this, and then something might happen with a flight that my man wouldn't remember it. Oh, he remembers everything. Right? He going to be like, hey, Pop, Dad, you said you was going boom, boom, boom. And so when it came to consistency, not just being consistent in my career, but being consistent when I told my son I was going to do something, my daughter I was going to do something, my wife I was going to do something to see what it would yield and produce. And for most cats, man, they can't stay with it and they can't stay on track because they looking for that shiny thing.
Man, that's so big, man. I want to go back and for real get the insurance bug if it's needed, but it was a couple cats. But Ink just said something I forgot. This was years and years and years ago. And I remember, me and E kind of had our thing going. We were killing it. Shout out to Boog. What's up, Boog? We had our thing going, and everybody was hitting us up like, yo, I want to help.
No doubt.
And I was like, man, we got the ship running right now. And I would be like, yo, but my boy Ink, like he next up, like he killing it. You know what I mean? And Ink, you might not have had the biggest following at that time. You might not have had the most bread to just pay out a whole bunch of salaries and nothing like that. But I was telling cats like,
things have changed.
No, for sure. But look, at the time though, I was telling them like, yo, you could do for Ink what I did for E.
Right now.
So you trying to jump on with me and E, we don't need you. And I was telling them like, yo, here go somebody, even if you want to speak or you want to whatever, and it was a few different cats. And I would be like, yo, here go Ink information. I would hit Ink up and be like, yo, this dude seemed, filling him out, whatever. And I ain't saying it was bad people, but Ink would be like, not consistent, bro. And it was because they wanted to jump on something that was already built. Man, it takes a different kind of person to want to build something as opposed to jump on a ship that's already built, dog. That's what I say, the beauty of what we did, dog. I'm talking about hammer and nail, like getting to it. And the average average cat, you just want to jump on the ship as it's already going, and you want the party and the lights and everything else. And I'm like, dog, it take a different type of individual to say,
insurance bucket.
I'm ready.
I need the insurance bucket right now, Ink.
So listen, think about the people who could have been Inky 2 Man
right
now.
Right.
And I'm saying Ink 2 Man probably paying real good right now.
Yeah.
And so, but again, they didn't see it. They didn't want to be a part of building nothing. They wanted to jump on something because they didn't want to be consistent because you were tied to what you thought the result or the profit or whatever was, and you never wanted to be a part of the process.
Yeah, say the thing about the emotional thing again, Ink. Being able to be
committed to the process of what you do without being emotionally attached to the result of what you do.
Period.
Yeah.
And I'm saying,
that's it, bro.
How to blank, you know what I'm saying? Let me clean it up. How do you don't even know what the end result's supposed to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No
And so I
doubt.
look at cats again with Ink, and I'm like, wow, Ink, you just said it. And it took me back because I remember sitting in my office, me and you, and I was like, yo, here go a couple cats that, you know, and Ink was like, man, I hit them, bro. They don't seem to like, or they thought like they was on the same level, you know what I'm saying? Because you was looking at it. And I'm like, wow, man. And so for real, Ink, how do we attach ourselves to the process?
Yeah, without getting emotionally attached.
There you go.
Yeah, how do you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
because the average cat, like I said, I'm
for
6
real.
months in,
Absolutely.
and I ain't seeing it. I start panicking, and I'm like, oh, let me run to the next opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. First off, man, let me say something, man. Bro, I got so much respect for you, like for both of y'all, but like for your position.
Yeah.
Like when you said like you and E was out and you was like, listen, man, I'm not speaking no more. Like I'm just pushing you. Like you the face. Man, like cats can't do that.
No, they can't.
Like you got to be built a certain type of way, right? Because cats so egotistical, like they can't do that. Like cats are being secret competition or think they supposed to be doing what you doing and not looking at it from the standpoint of we're out to make an impact. But to speak to what you were saying about being committed to the process and not emotionally attached to the result, it's like when you look at a situation, what's more important? What you acquire or who you become, right? And for most cats, they out to acquire something and it's cool, right? But our whole life, we're constantly evolving, right? And so when I look at a process, the thing that made me acquire the mindset was when my arm got hurt, right? And I was going to different doctors, Mayo Clinic, supposed to be the best place in the world. They came to me and said, Ink, here's the deal. We'll put you in a 2-year process, right? We'll order you all the best equipment on the face of the planet. Cool. They said, but here's the catch. We can't guarantee you nothing.
Right.
We ain't saying you go through these 2 years, your arm gonna work, your fingers gonna work, you'll be able to hug your wife, your mother. We ain't telling you that. You can go through the process and we'll just see what it produces.
Right.
Go to 10 people you love, ask them, what should you do? I went to 10 people I love, I respected. All 10 said, don't do it. I said, why? They can't guarantee you nothing. I said, is that the only basis for your answer?
Right.
It's like, yeah, it'll crush you. They can't guarantee your arm gonna work. So why would you go through that? Right? I went back to the doctor. I said, sign me up. I'm gonna do it. And midway through the 2 years, something amazing happened. Just by showing up midway through the 2 years, it wasn't even about if I got through the process and would my arm work. It wasn't even about if I got through the process and would my fingers work. Would I get my feeling back? It wasn't about that. Mentally, I was in a different space. It had turned me into a machine. Now I felt like when I got through those 2 years, I can attack anything and I didn't need a reward, right? Because I had already been through something to where it wasn't rewards driven. They couldn't guarantee me nothing. They just said, well, you show up and see what it produces. And I showed up and one day they'll have an arm skateboard. Next day they'll have balloons. And I'm going through it and I'm watching everybody around me break, right? Because they wanted it to work. They broke, but it was in a good space. They broke because they're like, man, Ink, we want it to work. And I'm like, I get it, right? But when I got through with the 2 years, mentally, I'm like,
Terminator.
Man, it's whatever.
Don't even need an arm.
Oh, man, come on, man, it's whatever.
I'm saying you doing more without.
Yeah, like it's whatever.
More than most dudes doing with
Ink,
two.
I promise you, dog. This is gonna sound funny. I look at Ink. I don't even see the arm no more. Like, dog, you're like a superhero to me, dog. Like, I'm serious. Like, I don't never look at Ink and be like, man, that looked like it hurt. Ink probably had to struggle to put his shirt on. I don't think none of that, bro. I mean, like, seriously, as my brother, I just want to let you know, like, I ain't never been like, oh, Ink, you know what I mean? Like, so it's just crazy. But I guess the same thing, you know what I mean? Just in terms of that consistency. And what's so crazy is I'm wondering, you know, sometimes you go through this thing and you like, one of the things I always like doing is just studying the greats. I believe success leaves clues. Absolutely. And if you look at the two of you, I'm always wondering like, man, the consistency, like it's not just in your professional life. You just talked about it in terms of rehab. You know, I look at both of you, you know, E been with D since, you know, they was 16. You've been, you know, with your wife since y'all was what? 4 or 5?
Fifth grade, yeah.
Fifth grade, you know what I'm saying? Something crazy like
yeah.
that. So look how long they've been together, like the consistency even in your personal lives. And I'm wondering is like how big a part of outside of even your grind, because I think some people got consistency with their grind, but then you got hell breaking loose in your personal life and there's no consistency there. And so your ceiling is capped, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
As opposed to the two of you, things are so consistent on the personal side. How much does that feed into you professionally being able to take it to the next level?
Yeah, I wanted to say this though, before I go there, and you talked about the silent competition, how, you know, as dudes who say they cool, but you competing against your boy.
Yeah.
That ain't cool, right?
No doubt.
I'm gonna tell you one of the things that, and I have never said this to you. I don't think I ever said this to CJ, but as a motivational speaker who's trying to open a door for I try to tell people sports, while we like do the sports thing, that's new, Inc. We weren't even allowed to play sports. Orators, we've been, with Reconstruction, it was Frederick Douglass. We were orators back in the day, W.E.B. Du Bois. Like what we do, we stole that from our, you know what I'm saying? Like we got that from our ancestors.
No question.
We weren't always playing football and making money, baseball. Man. Jackie Robinson just broke into Major League Baseball. We've been speaking. Family Lou Hamer, Martin, Malcolm. Like we've been speaking forever. And so for me, I look at it like, yo, we bringing that back. You know what I'm saying? That statesmanship, like we bringing that back. So I remember when I was like, you know, everybody, E.T., you number one in the world. I remember going online and seeing you as one of the top 10 speakers in the world. And I was like, you feel me? Like, we about to take over this joint.
No doubt.
Like Venus and Serena. Like you look now, Venus and Serena used to be like, ooh, Coco, Naomi, you know what I'm saying? Like you can go down the list of young women who are inspired by Venus. So now with you being in the game, it's not like it's just E, because it like people just try to make it like, no, it's not me. It's like us. Like we've been on this.
Absolutely.
We've been doing it. We've been speaking. Like really, that's how we turn things around for our civil rights.
Absolutely.
Is us getting on camera, speaking, writing our own magazines, you know, Johnson & Johnson with Ebony and Jet. Like that's how we got our pride back as a people. So I just want to tell you that publicly, bro. Like when I saw that, like I went online and I saw your name up there. It was like me, you, Les. I was like, and Les just like he's just like a legend. So he gonna be there. But when I saw you there, I was like, yo, we about to take over this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I have there's nothing wrong with athletes. There's nothing wrong with entertainers. But as I said, this used to be us. And to get back to that point, which is why I think a lot of people loved Obama, because when you saw Obama doing his thing, it reminded us of back in the day when we was doing that thing. You know what I'm saying? But to C's point, I feel like if you're one...
Hey, that was pretty deep, dog.
Okay.
I didn't want to just breeze over that. I didn't think about that.
No,
it's very true, though. No, that's very true. Kudos to you for even coming up.
And I mean, a lot of young dudes want to do it because they see us. Like if I do it by myself, cats gonna think you're a unicorn. But when cats see us doing it, it's like, oh, that's another way for us. You know what I'm saying? So the cat that don't play ball, that can go, well, I can make money and make impact by being a speaker. And it's natural.
Absolutely.
Like any hood you go to, when we there, we talk. Like that's what we do.
But even though, you know, as I'm thinking about it, and the two of you obviously have spoke on stage together several times and will continue to do so, it's so powerful y'all being unified, because as you saying that, you're right. But even, you know, as I'm thinking of, you know, Martin and Malcolm, of course, there was division in terms of what the goals was and things like that. And there was a little salt poured, you know what I'm saying, that they wasn't on that same page. So I think it's even crazier. Not only are y'all doing that, but y'all doing it together.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? As brothers is like, you know, the craziest thing. So sorry, my mind was just going. But I don't want to, we'll say that for next podcast. When y'all turn into the civil rights leaders of the new generation. But back to the, sorry, I just wanted to, I didn't want to breeze past that. That was a great point.
Strong.
But to the consistency, the wives, the consistency.
I think to your point, when you think about the reward, it makes you one-dimensional. You feel me? When you think about either getting paid or whatever, you're one-dimensional. When you think about being multi-dimensional, everybody wants you when you're multi-dimensional.
No doubt.
Like nobody wants a guard that can only score, but he can't defend. Like that's what makes Jordan Jordan. Like all these kids be talking about comparing Michael Jordan to LeBron. I'm like, yo, I'm not whatever. But what you got to understand about Mike did it on both ends the whole time.
Yeah.
Like Mike wasn't a dude that could just score 30 or 40. He could stop you from scoring. He could pass. He could dunk. He could shoot. He could do it all.
Mike defense was definitely the most underrated.
Absolutely.
Part of
his
I'm thinking
whole
him and
game.
probably Kobe. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Kobe
those
too,
were
yeah.
two defensive monsters.
But you know what I'm
it
saying?
don't
But
get
you
talked
look up
about
to
a lot.
Kobe, but don't like it's
But
like
again, the defense ain't sexy.
right.
Yeah, it ain't
Everybody,
shiny.
chicks
It
dig
ain't
the long
shiny.
ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like everybody want to, shoot
Yeah.
the three, whatever. But no, like that defense is 50% of the game.
And
But
it's
so
and it's
overlooked.
what will keep you from getting traded.
But again, the
Yeah.
X point, it's not shiny.
right.
Exactly.
But
know?
I'm saying it should be shiny because it's the thing that's going to sustain you.
Absolutely.
You feel me? Like, okay,
But again, nobody ever got chose after the game for locking somebody up. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying they
Sister
did,
girl
though.
never popped up on you like, hey, I
Yeah.
seen that little D you had. You know what I'm saying?
but I'm saying-
you feel me, boy?
Yeah.
Flat out. You got to be,
yeah. But I'm saying to your point, that's the reward again. You're doing it for the girl in the stands.
Oh, no
But if you're
question.
doing it to get your
What
get
else
your
is
name,
there?
I'm saying to be the top 50 player in the league.
Yeah, no.
I'm saying I'm saying that's what made Mike and Kobe different. Is they weren't doing it for that. They were doing it for what they were supposed to do it for.
Right.
And this is what young people don't understand. When you do it for what you're supposed to do it for, all of that stuff come. But when you only do it for that, you might not even get that. Or you might get that and that take you the wrong way. So think about all the dudes who could score who not playing right now.
Yeah.
Like for real, think about all the dudes who could put up points
Melo.
in the NBA,
Yeah.
and they're not
Best
hooping
scorer.
right now. You feel me? They're not in the league.
Yeah.
But there's nobody that could shoot and defend that's not in the league. And guess what? When you're really good at what you do, Jordan got to stay at Chicago. Kobe got to stay at LA the whole time. They didn't have to move around because they were so to me, see, I think when I have a great marriage, when I'm with a great team, like we still together, which a lot of people don't understand. We got to talk about it one day. What does it take in terms of ego for two grown men to stay together
No question.
and find that balance on, like C said, some people used to ask C, like, yo, how I feel traveling with E and people telling you, hey, E, let me get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they like, C, why you on the mic? Why you talking? Don't nobody know you. And C like, yo, I know I'm the reason why this blew up. I don't have to, even my wife, like I'll be traveling with my wife and people don't know her and they'll be like, yo, can you take this pic with me real quick? And you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo, that's my wife. They like, yo, they don't know who she like. Can you get this pic of the two of us? And Didi don't go, I'm the wife. Didi go, okay, go back to the light. Come this way.
Right.
Because the light ain't right. You want it horizontal and you feel what I'm saying? Like, so when you are multidimensional, a pastor, and I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm trying to live right. When you at Michigan State looking out for kids, people see you as a complete package and people want to deal with you when you multi-dimensional. Don't nobody, like, again, when you're one-dimensional, you can be replaced because the average person is one-dimensional.
Yeah.
So I tell C a lot of times the things I don't do it because I think I'm sweet on nobody else. I don't do it because I want to be rare. People pay more for rare, bruh.
Yeah.
People don't pay the same amount for common stuff. They pay women when they get their diamond, it ain't 20 diamonds like that.
Yeah.
When you get your rock, that's supposed to be your rock. So when you're one-dimensional, I'm just saying, you limit yourself. When you're multi-dimensional, you become rare. And I just want to be rare, flat out.
Let me say something, man. He probably don't even remember this. One of the first times I was up in Michigan with him, we was in Detroit. And we were going around to speak at schools. And we was in the back of the car.
That's right, yeah.
And he had the phone. And he said to me, he was like, man, you remind me of me, like, you just want to dunk. Right? You just want to smash. You want to come down the court. You just want to dunk.
Hey, let him know.
You know what I'm
That's what we
saying?
was on,
Like,
man.
every time
That's
you
what
want
we
to
was
dunk,
on.
right? And he was just telling me, like, you got to develop that game.
Yeah.
That crossover, that pivot, that post up. And what he was saying to me was, you got to learn to be multidimensional, right? And it changed my life. You know what I'm saying? But he told me that early, and I listened, you know?
Yeah, I'm wondering, okay, so again, when you look at if one thing's true, the opposite must be true as well. And so, like the scariest sight would be like, I can't even imagine where your career would be right now if you and D had got divorced like 7 years ago and like you was dating. Like, I just don't know if he would be the same person, you know. And it's not. And I'm not saying anybody who get divorced is bad. I'm just talking about the consistency that has allowed us. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I don't think it's a coincidence that everybody, you know, great fathers, husbands, you know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
You never came to me, it ain't like, yo, my bad, couple times, man, I had messed up, I was on the road, you know what I'm saying, did my thing a couple times, now they calling the crib, you know what I'm saying, I'm on the road, like my wife talking about leaving me, taking hat. I don't know that you can stay in that same mindset with that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and speak to that what you just said, though, because that takes away from the consistency.
Oh, no question. Absolutely. No, that's my point.
That takes away from the consistency.
So to my point, and to Inky's point earlier, you can have all that talent, but if you cannot get those other things around you to be consistent,
the drama is going to take away
in terms of where you can go. No, that's major.
Go here though, man.
Yeah, go for it,
man. This is deep, man. And I, man, maybe I shouldn't say the name, but in the spiritual world, you know, you got Joyce Myers, right? And for me back in the day, I was on Paula White, and she just fell off. And I was telling my wife, I was like, yo, what happened? Like, I ain't seen her. I was watching TV the other day, and it was like 12 o'clock at night. Me and Didi was up Saturday night, and she had just came on. And I was like, yo, I've been looking for Paula White. But I noticed when her show came on, I don't know where she went. You know but Ink, her show didn't say Paula White no more. It just came up Paula. And so my girl, you know, she investigated. So she let's get online. What's going on? Like, she'd been gone for a while. Well, come to find out, she did. She had gotten divorced. And so that divorce must have taken her off track. And then her daughter died maybe about 7 years ago or something. You know, her daughter died, and then her son had gotten into some stuff with drugs. And I'm like, I see what happened.
Take you off track.
It took her off track. So her kids, something happened with her daughter, then her son took her off track. Then she got a divorce. So she back now. But I knew it was something different about her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was looking on TV and she was doing her thing. And I was like, I don't know if that's, and then I looked it up and I was like, Paul, and I'm like, I got it. She real, just going through life. You can't control your kids.
Absolutely.
Your kid, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But that she didn't have that consistency for whatever reason, and that threw her off her game.
Yeah.
So to C's point, like, we ain't gods, we ain't like superhuman.
No doubt.
If something happened to Didi today, that would impact me. But by like he said, by God's grace, things have been consistent. I mean, we've had our challenges with MS or whatever, but things have been consistent.
No, hold on. That's it right there, though, because for both of you, I want to ask you that question. That's a great point. But one of the things I want to, talk about, because like certain things you just said, you can't necessarily control right? So Ink, to you as well, how do you control the controllables? Like, I'm watching the World Series go on, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm watching people make errors.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so an error is obviously like, you should have made that play. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. Absolutely. Like, an error is like, that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I like the fact that they keep that. It's an accountability. Basketball should have that too. The Pistons got a lot of errors right now. I'm like, you need to have it on your record. 20 points, 10 rebounds, 8 errors.
8 errors.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's a dope concept because it holds you accountable. So again, you mentioned your wife having MS, right? Huge deal. You can't control that. She can't control that. Obviously what happened to you on the football field, that wasn't nothing you could control. You couldn't like say, man, I shouldn't. It's just one of them freak things.
Absolutely.
How do you control the controllables without stressing about the uncontrollables?
Wow. Man, when I was hearing y'all talk, I was thinking about, like, how important is it for the infrastructure of consistency? Like, in terms of where most people, they get going when it's something for them to get going. Right? When it's something for them to look forward to. When it's something coming, then they'll get geared. My grandmother used to say, Inky, either somebody is coming out of adversity, in the midst of adversity, or about to head into adversity, so you better be prepared either way. And so the infrastructure of consistency, meaning however you rock, however you go about your life, right? Going about it in such a way to where it's not rewards driven. You don't need certain things to do certain things because things are going to happen, whether it's MS, whether it's an injury. My wife went through something 2 years ago. Remember, I spoke to C about it. And we were talking to where my wife came into this year, man, to where it was just a tough time. Right? And we couldn't figure it out. And what it boiled down to was my wife lost her parent, her mother, when she was 7. And when our kids turned 7, because it was such a blow to my wife when she was 7, her whole life she thought, I'm going to die when my children turn 7. Like, I'm going to die at the same age of my mother. Right? And so it was just a slump, right? And I'm trying to pull my wife out of it. We trying to figure it out, to where even when we did the conference, remember I hit y'all and I was like, I got to go to the hospital with my wife, right? It was on her like that, right? And when we had the breakthrough, it was basically realizing and celebrating that you're not your mother. You're not about to leave your children, right?
Wow.
But the consistency is what saved us.
Yeah.
Because we had a rhythm of prayer.
Yeah, that's right, a rhythm.
We had a rhythm of devotion.
I like that.
We had a rhythm that when adversity and opposition, a system of how our perspective was about it. We had this consistency, right? To where we didn't just practice this when opposition happened.
Right.
It's like they say, like you don't rise to the occasion, you revert back to your training. And for most people, right, they think they rise to the occasion.
Yeah, you don't.
When it hit, I'm going to be ready. No, you don't rise to the occasion, you revert back to your training. And so when adversity and opposition happen, you're going to be who you are regardless, right? You're not going to turn into the beast. You already got to be the beast.
You got to be the beast.
You know, and so controlling the attitude, the focus, the spirit, the dedication, and the commitment of consistency with an infrastructure that matches not just when things happen, but every single day. It's your way of life. It's how you live.
Yeah, I want to go the opposite of that then and take this one, Ink. I had to learn because I am so good at controlling what I control. You feel me? Like if you give it to me, see like, yo, E, I need you to do this. Like we're going to cut the camera on. We got a webinar. We're going to cut the camera on. You need to do this. I'm like, let's go. Let's go. Boom. So where I messed up was my wife was like, yo, you can't control the uncontrollable. Like for real. Like you can't control your son. Like my man grown. You just got to pull back. You can't control your daughter. You going to lose your mind trying to control things you can't control. They grown. Like, and I know that's your babies and you love them, but they grown now. They got to make their own decisions. Like you can't be like, what you doing? How can I help? You know what I'm saying? Like my daughter went yesterday to Detroit. She just drove straight from Lansing to Detroit to drop something off. I'm like, yo, where you going? Like you going where? Like you ain't from there. You feel? But I had to let it go. She grown. Like you want to drive there? You know what I'm saying?
Was it your gas money?
No, it wasn't my gas money.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
I don't know.
No, I'm just saying, like, and for me, Ink, like my daughter by herself. Like she ain't that. She ain't street. But she in Detroit.
She in the D.
She in the D dropping something off. I'm like, okay. And I had to let it go, bruh. Like, yo, the same God that was with you when you was out there on them streets, he gonna protect your daughter. You know, and I'm saying it's a thing where I find out halfway there. Like it ain't even like you called me and told me where you was going. It's just like I just happened to hit her up. Like, what's up? I'm on my way to the D. I'm like, you on your way to the D for what? I gotta drop some off. I'm like, E, relax. Because my wife, like, you about to mess up. You the breadwinner. Like, you the one. You the spiritual giant. Like, you about to mess up everything. Don't worry about it. She'll get there and get back on her own. You feel what I'm saying? And I had to just like, yo, E, for real. That's not something you can control. So I'm saying the opposite, Ink, the stuff that we can control, the rhythm, we got to go with it. But the stuff that's not the rhythm, you can't try to, you know what I'm saying? You can't try to tangle with something that you ain't on one accord with. So it's like, yo, my daughter grown. I have prepared her. If she want to go and not tell her cousin, you know, that she coming, like you just want to go on the solo, I can't stop you from doing that. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I just got to be at peace with your wife. Sometimes we lose our peace worrying about stuff that we can't control, and we get back to a place of peace when we like, what I can't control, guess who can control?
Wow.
God can control it.
No doubt.
So just let it go. And I'm sure I wasn't always in the right place doing the right stuff, and God had to protect me. So he gonna protect your babies. They're gonna be all right. What you doing all this praying for? You know what I'm saying? What you doing all this believing for? Like you gotta believe that all things work together for the good, that you raise them the way you're supposed to raise them. And they go, and Cece tell me all the time, Cece be like, E, I'm telling you, bro, like, I know you don't know because you in it, but it's like, yo, your kids, bro, you got some good kids. They're gonna be all right, E. And I'm like, I know, but I just want to, he like, E, everything's gonna be all right. Just relax. So for those of you out there who are control freaks, like you gotta learn, you can only control what the Creator gives you to control. Everything else belongs to him, and he's got it in control.
Yeah, one of the things, Ink, and I think you just spoke to it, but I just wanted to go back because it was just a bar. You said the difference between a hard worker and somebody who works hard.
Yeah,
and that's kind of on that same lines of, you know, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. How do you develop the mindset, you know, of a hard worker and not somebody who just works hard? You know what I'm saying? Because that, to be honest with you, may have been the bar that stuck with me the most in terms of, you know, my grind now, right? Because it's different. and you find yourself like, okay, are you still a hard worker? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just do you wake up every day and attack it with that same that you did before?
Absolutely.
And so when you said that, what exactly were you referring to? What examples can you give? And you know, obviously you're a hard worker. You would put yourself in that category. Absolutely. But how can you make that switch from somebody who works hard to a hard worker?
Absolutely. So when I look at it, I look at in terms of like, can you sustain? Right? Whatever. Yeah. Like, do you have the ability to sustain? And I remember I was talking to a cat about Nick Saban, right? That was on his staff. And I was like, man, what make this cat like that guy, you know, to where when he walk in a room, cats that's bigger than him, you know, they shrink, you know, like what makes him that guy to where every year my man got like a new staff almost. Like every year he still competes, he still go at a high level. And the cat said to me, he said, now, true enough, he got his flaws like everybody else, right? He do some things great. He said, but the thing when I was in those staff meetings I admired the most was that cat can sustain. Yeah. He said, it don't matter who we playing against. It don't matter what happened last week. It don't matter the opponent that we have coming up. It don't matter if it's raining. It don't matter if it's cold. It don't matter if it's hot. That man gonna come in every single day with the same process, with the same structure, and he gonna follow it to a T. He ain't gonna worry about what they say on the internet. He's going to sustain. And so even with what I was trying to press to my son, somebody that works hard and a hard worker, like if you somebody that works hard, you might be okay, right? You might do all right, right? And something you might pop. But when you're a hard worker, like you could take it to the bank and that builds a mentality that can sustain you 20, 30, 40, 50 years past whatever it is that you're doing. Right. And so what type of individual do you want to become? Right. What do you want your last name to mean and represent? Right. When you're a hard worker, you're talking about something. I heard a cat say, man, I'm going to give you something more important than money. Right. I'm going to give you something more important than like a car, a house. I'm going to give you a good last name. Right. I'm going to give you something more important than money.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a good last name. Right. To wherever you go, whatever you touch, whatever place you end up in. That last name gonna reign supreme, and it's gonna mean something. Absolutely. And how do you get there? Being a hard worker, not somebody that works hard. Somebody that works hard, you inconsistent.
So if I'm reading between the lines correctly, and what you said about Saban, and you know, as I'm listening to you, and I know this, I already know it for E, and the listeners know for E, routine. That's right. It. So Saban had a routine to where, look, this is what we do. It doesn't matter. Like, you know, there's no compromising. And so it kind of lends to you being a hard worker because this is the schedule. This is the blueprint that I've laid out. It doesn't change no matter the weather, the circumstances, whatever. We know E's routine, obviously, you know, rising early, you know, his faith, you know, his prayer walk, things of that nature, you know, that have helped sustain him. I'm curious as to what does a daily routine look like for you. Now, I know you travel a lot. Me and Ink bump into each other at the airport. You know what I'm saying? In the clear line.
Big
you know what I'm
saying? In the
clear. Now, sometimes Ink on the PJ, and I got to just wave to him from the Delta Concourse. But
the Sky Club.
Right. Routine for you. What does your routine look like on the road? I mean, like practically too.
Absolutely.
Like here when you're in Atlanta, like what does that routine look like for you?
Yeah. So in my house, we got a bowl, a quote bowl, and a 365-day jar in the middle of the quote bowl. So every single morning when I'm home, we get up, and that's the first place we meet. And in this bowl, it's just full of quotes. Right. My wife grabs one, my daughter, son, me. We grab it, we read it, we discuss it to try to point our day in the right direction with the right energy, get our mindset in the right space. We write something and put it in this 365-day jar, whatever it is. However you feeling, we write it, and we get that in December, right? But when I'm on the road, I still have my cards, my quote cards, wherever I'm speaking at. I get up in the morning, I'm on the phone, I'm on the FaceTime with the family. I'm starting our day out like that no matter where I'm at, no matter if I'm in California, and they're in Atlanta. And when I do that, it gives me a certain direction about my day, right? And when I'm speaking, I'm studying. Like I've been around y'all to where when I've seen y'all speak, I got my pad and I'm taking notes and I'm studying. So wherever I'm going to present, for me, it's important to where, like he taught me this, you taught me this, in terms of getting the things that I need to understand my audience and the company that I'm serving so I can go in and be not only efficient, but also effective, right? And so I'm studying the dynamics of the event, right? When I speak, it's about getting home, right? Getting back. Can I get on an earlier flight to make it back home
absolutely.
to get to practice or to get to dinner, right? And when I close my day out, of course, I close it out with prayer. And I usually work out either in the morning or around lunchtime, no matter where I'm at.
Okay. So that workout is important, though.
Yeah, very important. I got to do that.
Anywhere. That's big.
Yeah, I got to do that.
Whew.
No,
I'm just saying, when you're on the road, I had to be real with myself the other day, Ink. I was just like, yo, when I'm like in a hotel for 4 or 5 days, I got it. When I'm at the crib for 3 or 4 days, I got it. But I was like, yo, when I hit 4 different cities in 5, 6 days, I'm like, yo, I noticed that it's tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in Cali. I was on a different time zone. I was like, yo, E, you traveling. You got to find a way to do it.
And I knew it, so I was just hitting him with all kind of videos.
Yeah.
Let's go, E.
For real, bro. But it hit me because I was like, I couldn't control that as much as I wanted to control it.
Yeah.
It hit me like, yo, E, you out of control. Like, not in a bad way, but it was like, yo, you gotta, like, you gonna be doing this. So you gotta find a way. And I think sometimes, Ink, we make an excuse when we don't do our routine. And it like, you have the reasoning for why you're not doing it is right. Like,
Absolutely.
for real, I was on the
Valid,
road. Like,
no
I wasn't
doubt.
being lazy. But it is the routine that's the blessing,
Absolutely.
not the blessing that's the blessing. You feel me? Like, the blessing don't bless you. It's the routine that allows you to get those blessings. So anytime you don't do the routine, you're not going to get those blessings. Absolutely. So I was like, E, you have to find a way. These are the challenges of being in demand. You feel me? Like, you're in demand. So if I was at the crib, like, I could do it every day. But you're not going to be at home every single day. Absolutely. You're not going to be in the same hotel room. You feel me? So that was big. And I just want people to understand we're not superhuman. No, we do have a routine. Absolutely. And that routine. Now, I do want to say this, though, man. What I realized that last time I was with Nick Saban, I was like, yo, this makes it easier for him. Not only does he have a routine, but you remember when Hurts, I don't know if he got hurt or he just didn't do what he was supposed to do. And then they brought in, I guess, Tua.
Absolutely.
Here's what I realized. Nick Saban surrounds himself with the number ones. It's easy, bruh. Not saying that he gonna win a championship every year, but it's easier to reach your goals when everybody around you got the same goals. Yeah, that's key. You feel me? Absolutely. So a lot of us got routines, but we hanging with people with no routine. Yeah. You feel me? So C said it. He working out. Rochelle working out. She hit me up. Carl now working out. So it's easier to work out and eat right when I'm with people who working out and eating right. So I just want to say, for those of you who feel like, yo, I got a routine. Yeah, that's cute. But if you got one, but the 5, 6 people you running with ain't got one, you eating right, but then you going out to eat and everybody around you hitting fried chicken, macaroni and cheese. You know what I'm saying? Desserts. It's going to be hard for you to sustain that. No doubt. But if you going out to eat and everybody you going out to eat with eating salad, well, it's going to be easier to eat salad because everybody. So for those of you who are listening, like, don't get it twisted. The first layer of defense is you having a routine. The second layer of defense is the people around you having the same thing you have, because if they don't, they're going to either wear you down or you're going to get discouraged because you're looking at what you're doing and compared to what they're doing and they're not doing it. So hang around other people who have phenomenal routines as well.
You know what else could give you a phenomenal routine?
Sound like Organifi.
Organifi, baby.
Sound like Organifi.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Organifi, man, our superfood green juice powder that the whole squad is on, man. That's what we use to keep ourselves healthy, in shape. You know what I'm saying? Keep our routine tight. Every morning. It's a mandatory. Hit it before I came up here to Patchwork Studios, man. Go to Organifi.com. That's ORGANIFI.com. Promo code SUCCESS, man. They're going to give you 20% off that first order. So make sure you go there for all your nutritional needs, your supplements. Man, they got the protein, whatever you need. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever you need.
Hey, let me say something. I'm getting sweet at that read, too. I don't need, you know what I'm saying? No phone, no nothing. Just buy. I'm about to start double charging Organifi. You know what I'm saying? These
you
reads
like the
out
flight
of control.
attendant in the Delta. That's how you know
Exactly.
when they new or old.
Yeah.
The new ones be like, and please put your seatbelt on.
Yeah,
Old ones be like,
remember what I told you?
Finessing it.
I told E how to cut down on the flight time, too. Yeah. I'll tell you later.
You gotta put me on game.
Yeah.
He don't need to put you on this game. He don't need to put you on this game.
Well, I know you can't control it, but I tell E, certain flights seem to go faster. Yeah. But I'll tell you later.
After the podcast, please.
Yeah, no, we actually got a bunch of questions for Ink. I still had a couple more things on my list that I wanted to ask you about. I wanted to go there. Okay, let me say this before we go to our questions from the audience out there. We told our BU community he was coming on, so they just flooded our inbox.
Let's do it.
Excited to have you on. But my question to you was, as I look at both of you, the question of leadership. You talked about you must have been 17, 18 years old at the time when you sitting next to this kid in the locker room and you giving him this game. Like, yo, you about to quit. Like, the average person, if they said that, was like, man, bro, you about to quit? For real, man? Yeah, coach tripping. Yeah, where you about to go? Yeah, you transferring there? Oh, man, yo, I feel you, bro. Like, that, the way you challenged him is not something that most people would, generally do, right? That's not how most people would react. Right. And I'm talking about Ink doing this at 17, 18. Right. Do you think in order to be a great leader, it's got to be kind of born in you? Or do you think you can develop into, a phenomenal leader? And I'm curious to think what percentage for yourself do you see as this was born in me versus I worked for this?
Man, I would say I worked for it. In terms of, I think it was born a little bit, but I would say what cultivated it was I worked for it because, like, I'm an introvert by nature. So if I go into a place or a space, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to observe first. But in terms of things that I'm passionate about with people that I care about, I speak up, right? And so with me, in terms of leadership, like if I feel like a cat was quitting, it wasn't even about football at that point. It was about your life. Right, it's about one day you're going to be trusted with something that's a lot greater than you. If you quitting from football a game, right? Like you talking about cats quitting on wind sprints.
Right.
Like you quitting on a wind sprint, bro, like you quitting in the weight room, this recreation.
Right.
Right? Like what are you going to do when you get trusted with a wife and some children? And you can't withstand a wind sprint and a coach fussing at you, right? And so in terms of leadership, man, I think it's something that you can cultivate and build, but I also think it has to be interconnected with humility because in order to be a great leader, you got to be a great servant, right? And my whole life, I feel like I was a decent servant and I learned a little bit, but I show up and be a vocal leader in certain situations, but I would rather just lead by example. That's true to my personality and who I am.
Yeah, man, I say cultivate it, and to Inky's point, I knew I wasn't a good leader because there were things I could demand of my son that I love that I couldn't demand of other people. See, he'd tell you, I would conflict, bro. I ran from it. You feel what I'm saying? She had to pull me to the side like, yo, E, come on, bro. Like, he 12 years younger than me. Like, E, you are a leader, meaning that naturally people are attracted to you, but you can't take nobody to the next level if you're not willing to tell them the honest to God truth. And so I knew I struggled because I could compare. I don't have no problem telling my son what I feel. Why? Because I'm looking out for his life. I'm not really on the relationship. I knew I wasn't a good leader because I cared more about the relationship than I did that person, if that makes sense. Like I cared more about how they looked at me and what they thought about me than I cared about their success, if that makes sense.
You know what's so crazy? And Josh and I just had this conversation. I don't mean to cut you off, E, but man, we were talking about this yesterday, right? Like, I don't really think Steph Curry is a leader,
right?
But my man shot so sweet,
right,
that he kind of got to be, And that's how E used to be. Yeah. Like E shot was so wet, it was like everybody was just like, "All right, you the leader." You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't. So, but then you look at it, Draymond, which probably was more my style, right? Where I was like, I'll just snap your neck out here. Let's go. But I look at our two styles, and Draymond is probably more of a natural born leader. Like it's in him where people like, yo, Draymond ain't even the biggest, probably not even the strongest, but he feel like he'll whoop everybody in the room. You know what I'm saying? He just got that alpha dog spirit and is able. I heard him yesterday. I don't know if y'all heard him, but he had a quote. I was watching him, and shout out to him. He getting his number retired with the Spartans, so that's big. Congratulations to him.
Third, I think.
But he said, they got whooped on the first couple games. He said, we suck right now. And I guess like the media had ran with it, like, oh, Draymond says the team sucks and he's creating division. And he was like, everybody gather around. He was like, check this out. First of all, none of y'all ever been a leader in your life. So don't tell me what leadership is. I've been a leader my whole life. I got this. He said, I was saying that we suck. He said, because we suck right now. We need to get better. And I've told them that. You don't know the conversations I'm having with the young guys. You don't know the example I'm setting. He said, I got to be better. I told them that it starts with me and that I have to be better. I suck right now. Yeah. And I was like, wow. I was like, yo, I'm watching a natural born leader operate in his space. But then you also have, like I said, a Curry who, because your skill set is so great, like you're going to be a leader.
Yeah, and people
you know
force
what I'm
you.
saying?
You feel me?
Oh, no question.
So I was struggling with C because C making me do something. I'm like, yo, bro, why you telling me to be a leader like this? This ain't like, I don't want to do this. You feel me? Like, I don't want this responsibility, see?
But I feel like Draymond gave Steph some security to be like, all right, cool, we can, you can get on him. Yeah. And I just keep hitting these threes. Yeah. But at some point, it's like, no, we both got to lead this thing. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to get to the chip.
Because it's to a big extent, it's Steph Curry's team. Not saying it's not, not saying it's not Draymond's team,
it's
but
built
it's Steph
around
Curry.
him.
It's built around him.
Yeah.
So then if Draymond telling you, after a while, you're not going to listen if Steph ain't backing it up. You feel me? If Draymond like, yo, blah, 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 and Steph like, I don't know. It's like, whoa, we divided. So that's what happened to me. I felt like C, in a good way, bullied me to understand, yo, E, I can follow all your directives if you want me to, but if I go out here and challenge people and you never back me up, then bruh, it ain't gonna stand.
Me and E have a meeting in the room. I'll be like, all right, bet. I'm gonna go out there and say it. I'll go out there and say it. I'll look around, ain't that right, E? I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, E, where you at?
And I'm like, I don't want to deal with the conflict.
He was like, no.
You
Tell me what they said later.
And again, because
Curry, where you at?
He had the blessing in that, and I always said, if God gave me a skill set, I would want it. Him and my wife got it. That they don't, like, not in a bad way, but they don't care how you feel.
No doubt.
Right.
You feel me? Like, my wife could care less. Like, I ain't trying to be funny. See, know this. My wife, she go see her father once, like, a year, say, I love you, and she out. Like, my wife ain't into, like, my old dude wasn't in my life, and I'm like, yo, my father wasn't there.
Still hurt a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? For real. And I'll talk about it. My wife don't never say nothing about it. She like,
I'm good.
Once I cut you, I cut you. Like, I don't care. Like, if you don't want to put the same love that I want to put in, I'll cut you. So, but I don't have that ink. I don't have that I'll cut you. I'm more like, okay, like I told you about yourself, then you ran out, and then I ran out to make sure you was all right. Like, you good? You feel me? Everything all right? Like, I know I had
C be tripping.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And so to C's point, I think for me, 70-30, like, I think only 30% I was born with it, and 70% I had to cultivate.
But you was born with 100% of the gift.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which makes it tough. You know what I'm saying?
But I had to cultivate about 70%
like,
of it.
I don't care who you are. Like, your three that wet, it's like, bro, we didn't paid you $200 million and we built a team around you.
You got to have some leadership.
And you looking
in
like,
that.
I ain't asked for that. You know what I'm saying? So,
I just want to hoop.
Yeah,
and you heard, remember Charles Barkley used to say it.
Oh, no
Charles
question.
Barkley was like, yo, I ain't no role model. I just play basketball. But it's like, unfortunately, this comes with this. Yeah. And I got to a point, Ink. Now, I had a conversation with somebody yesterday, Ink. We need insurance. I promise you. I had a conversation with somebody who told me that they was going through it financially, and they was upset with me because you didn't give me none of your personal money. Wow. As the leader, you the leader, and you saw I was struggling, and you ain't give me none of your personal. I was like, what? Whoa. I got a wife. I got 2 kids.
That's how you know he got a lot of paper too. Because
all
I got is personal money. I'm like, what? I'm still trying to figure out what other side account he got. That's like,
bro. I'm just saying they was like coming to me like, yo, you didn't help. I'm like, what? But the old me would have been like feeling bad that, okay, well, you don't think as a shepherd I did my role. But I'm like, no, as a leader now, I'm like, yo, I wouldn't even put my kids in a role where they were dependent on me like that. I could die, Ink, tomorrow. I don't want my kids to be in a situation where if I die, they got to live off whatever we had.
Money.
Right. You feel me? You feel me? I don't even want that for my kids. Like, I heard what you said. Like, we do want to bless the generation, but not to the point where if I'm gone, whatever we got,
you don't want it to be a curse.
Right. You're going to be chipping off of it until you ain't got no more. I want you to be able to produce.
Right. Absolutely.
I want you to be able to add to it. Like, we got this and we going to be good, but we don't even need that to survive. Like,
the legacy fund.
Right, the legacy fund. Like, we know how to. And so I told that person, I was like, yo, you can't get out of debt. You can't borrow your way out of debt. You can only generate out of debt. But see, know me, 7-8 years ago, I wouldn't have had that conversation.
Checkbook. How much did you say?
Yeah.
Oh, I would have got, maybe if not the whole, I would have done something to make you feel like, I'm
Don't be mad at me.
Don't be mad at me. Now I'm like, yo.
But the crazy thing is, though, again, that would have been for you, not that person.
Yeah.
Because he not giving the person money because he want them to get better, because you just said you can't borrow your way out of debt. I ain't gonna do nothing but hurt you by
That's
giving
it.
you a check.
Yeah.
And so we actually do it for ourselves so that we can give a check and be like, I feel better. It's gonna hurt you. That is not a blessing to you at all. That's a curse to you.
What you
If
said
you
earlier,
came
what
to
you
me
said
and said,
earlier.
Absolutely.
You
Blessing
said-
too soon, not a blessing at all.
right. And so I feel what you're saying. And I used to tell E all the time, like, yo, I don't, like I said, contrary to popular belief, like, even though I am more aggressive in my personality stuff, like, I'm not ever telling somebody something to, like, feel good about myself. Like, I ain't just gonna come up and read you your rights and be like, walk off like, whoo, I feel good. Like, I'm actually doing it because I want to help you. And so, like, my brother would tell me from time to time, like, yo, I get it, but can you back it down a tag? Like, I know you're trying to help me, but, you know, you're just a little too aggressive. So I will take that, like how I say it. But I'm never saying anything, and I don't receive it that way when people tell me anything. I'm never saying it to, like, make myself push you down and make me feel up. I'm just really trying to tell you the truth because I care about you that much. If I didn't, bro, if I didn't care, listen, it's people who I don't care about who you send me your stuff with. I'll be like, hey, that look dope. Congratulations. Keep it moving. I'm not tripping.
Right.
I'm like, we don't got no relationship.
that.
I'll tell you everything you want to hear, but the people I care about the most is the people who I'm going to be most upfront with. And so I think that's a big
Let me
thing.
see. Let me
Yeah, go
read
for
this.
it. Yep.
I put this in my phone. It said, truth without love is brutality. Love without truth is hypocrisy.
Wow.
Whoa. One more time. One more time. Yeah.
For the
well,
listeners.
Yeah, no, for me.
Truth without love is brutality. Love without truth is hypocrisy.
Man,
When you said
look.
that, I thought about that.
No, hey, you better write that. Man, that sums up. Yeah, we didn't even have to have that whole conversation. You could have just read that, and that would have been it. All right, let's get into some Ask Inquarious. Is it Inquarious or Inquarious?
Inquarious.
Inquarious. You know what I'm saying?
Glorious.
There it is. There it is.
We are. You know what I'm saying?
There it is.
Let's see. Jeff in Knoxville said, Inky, been a
Yeah.
Vols fan my whole life, and you are one of my favorite Vols ever. Curious as to how you feel about the current state of the program.
Yeah. Man,
And
of
also,
course-
I wanted to know how you felt when Georgia State beat Tennessee. I ain't
No
rubbing
doubt.
no salt in
No
the wound because
doubt.
State's been on the, we ain't the hottest right now either. But I was just wondering, being from
Nah,
Atlanta,
man. Yeah,
if you
absolutely.
kind of had some mixed emotions, like,
Nah,
man, that's the crib.
You know, they gave it to me. But,
Yeah.
you know, I think we took them for granted because they were Georgia State and they came out and they did what they had to do. They executed. But in terms of the state of the program, man, we done dropped a couple this year, but I think the coach, he's the right coach for the job. I think people don't understand. Whenever you have so many changes in administration,
Yep.
you're not just building from a standpoint of X's and O's.
Yep.
You're building from leadership. You're building from culture.
Yeah.
You're building from trust. And you're doing it with 17, 18, and 19-year-olds. Right? So you've had all these changes with coaches, their philosophy. Now you get a new coach in with his philosophy, and you're telling them to trust this.
Yeah.
But you just had prior coaches that said the same thing. And so you're getting a coach that's coming in saying, hey, I need you to trust me.
Right.
And so how can you get a cats to buy into the culture that the new coach is presenting, but also on the leadership end, getting cats to come in and stay, And so I think we got the right man at the head of the ship, and we can see it. We done got South Carolina. We were balling back and forth with Bama before we fumbled. Then the momentum changed, but we came out and
y'all
we
had
stung them.
y'all had
You know what I'm
Bama.
saying? We stung them.
Yeah, y'all had
right?
Bama.
And so,
yeah, a
but
lot of
then
cats
when
almost had
when
Bama.
that momentum changed, it was over.
A lot of cats
It
almost
was
had
over, right? Hey, that
I'm just saying,
moment-
they played him, though. They played him.
You see that? But that's E. That's E. He tried to make you feel
Yeah.
good. He's like,
No,
y'all
I'm
could have
being
had
real.
Bama.
They almost
bro.
had him.
That momentum change, it was OV.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's move on. Gerard in New Orleans said, with all the recent awareness about mental health, I'm curious as to how you guys keep your mental health intact. I think we talked about that routine, but anything you want to add to that?
Yeah. No, working out is something that's good for my mental health, man. And that's why I do it, to be honest. Because I got to work out, man. It's good for my mental health. It puts me in a good headspace. But I think it's something that, more times than not, people think, like when you say service and thinking about others, that a person is saying neglect yourself.
Right.
I'm not saying that at all, man. Put yourself first. Put yourself in a good headspace. And then if you're in a position to where you can go out and serve and help others, you do it. But you got to make sure yourself is straight first, man.
And I say stay away too, Inc. Like we talked about control what you can control. Stay away from stressful situations, like stuff that you putting yourself into.
Absolutely.
Because I realized, to me, mental health doesn't happen when everything is stable. To me, I have a problem with mental health when things are like
lack of consistency.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Stuff all over the place. Like it's like, man. And so I think if you could not get yourself in unnecessary situations, that can bring stress down too. And then to your point, like be very intentional and deliberate about doing well when you're well. It's like when you got a routine going for you, don't stop doing it because things are going well. I think people do that. It's like, I'm making good money. You know what I'm saying? My relationships are straight. I feel good. So you stop taking your vitamins when you're not sick. But notice when you get sick, you hitting stuff 3-4 times a day. I feel you know what I'm saying? Like, no, if you stay on top of it, you don't have to do, you know what I'm saying? So that stress thing, try to keep the stress down and stressful situations down.
Kurt, are we on the hard out? I got some more questions, but okay, cool. Inky, I want to know, man.
You got paper. See, you ain't on the hard out. You got to pay more.
Oh, I didn't know. Kurt be having Beyonce coming through or something. You got security to sweep you out of here. This is a high class studio, dog. You said what? A film thing? Okay. Well, yeah, I just had a couple more questions. I actually want to know, Inky, this is a question from me. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but they got this new, I don't know if it's new, but they got this transfer portal thing that all the college kids are in. You mentioned transferring before. You got a lot of kids now who are jumping into the transfer portal when things aren't working out, right? And they, part of me is torn, right? Because I'll just be honest, like, and it's happened at Michigan State, and we got some kids who, for whatever reason, you thought you was going to start, you didn't get the spot, and you like, boom, I'm out. And part of me is like, dog, come on, man. Like, yo, tough it out and win your spot. First of all, I'm like, if you couldn't win your spot at State, only Bama players should be transferring. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you can't win your spot here, the league probably ain't, you know what I'm saying? Go and get your degree, player. You know what I'm saying? It's just me. But then a part of me is like, okay, cool. I understand wanting to play the game. You got love for the game. You buried on the depth chart. You like, all right, cool. I'm going to go to a D2 school. I'm going to go to a lower D1, get my chance to shine. What's your thoughts on these cats jumping in the transfer portal?
Man, I think it's based upon your reasoning. Like, why you're doing, like, you look at the cat for Ohio State, Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Right? He transferred from Georgia. A lot of people talk crazy about him. Got in a situation at Ohio State, he balled. You look at Jalen Hurts. Right.
Put it on my spot.
You know what I'm saying? You look at Jalen Hurts, that was at Bama. He handled that situation the right way.
Oh, man, big time.
Handled it the right way.
And he graduated, though.
Absolutely.
He graduated. He did the fifth year, which is kind of different because you took that bonus year. So he actually finished out at Bama. And, I know both of you guys were there for, I don't know if you were there, but he was there a couple of times when he was there.
Absolutely.
So you're saying it depends on the situation.
Yeah, man. And if you're doing it for the right reason, like those two cats, they did it the right way. Then you got a lot of young cats that just think I'm going to bounce around because I'm not getting my way.
Right.
And that's detrimental.
Okay.
Right. And so that's what I was speaking to in the video about. You run into the transfer portal because you're not getting things your way, not necessarily the situation or the circumstances yielding for you to go to the transfer portal.
On a similar topic, and if you don't want care to share any thoughts about it, I'm just curious because you played college ball. They had this new thing now where they just passed the bill where they're going to start letting you capitalize off your name and likeness and all of that. Now, I got mixed feelings about it. From my perspective, I think it's great, obviously, for that student athletes. I just think that might be the end of college football as we know it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just being real. Like, it's just going to turn to the NFL. If in my mind is right, they like, you can capitalize off your, and I'm good. Maybe we're good with that, but I think the institution of college football as we know it before, recruiting, things of that nature, it's like Oregon, Phil Knight, like whoever willing to drop the biggest bag. Because I know if they letting that go on, I'm sponsoring a bunch of recruits to Michigan State. You feel me, E? I'm going to have a 5-star tight end. He going to be right at ETA doing commercials. I got a bag for you. But I don't know how that's going to impact the sport as we know and love it. I don't know if you can get a smaller school like that's traditionally good, like a Boise State or a TCU or these schools who, have been able to kind of come up without the huge alumni base or a Baylor or, you know what I mean? Like, are they still going to be able to be competitive with the Bamas of the world, with the Michigans of the world, with even Tennessee is a huge school. I mean, you're talking about deep, deep pockets.
Absolutely.
So does it just become a bidding war where you're like, yo, hey, this 4-star lineman is like,
does
hey,
it
come
become
on.
capitalism?
Come on. Yeah, I mean, hey, no. You're right. And maybe we should just let college football go. You know what I mean? But some of us are, and I'm sure you too, and we're romantic with the way college football has always been. And that's so from a fan standpoint, I think, I'm kind of sad that we may lose that. But then I totally understand the capitalism side. You get kids who, think about all the kids who were a beast and won the Heisman and couldn't pan out in the league.
Yes, sir.
It's like, dog, you was that sweet and never made a dime
got
from
hurt.
it. You got to go back.
Got hurt.
or got hurt. You know what I'm
Couldn't
saying?
make it to the league.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So if you got any
And the
thoughts.
school still made.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And the coach make $8 million.
Right.
You know.
9.3. And
To
they
be
buy
exact.
out another 12.
Right.
If they get fired, get 12.
Bro done scored 15 touchdowns, ain't get a penny.
Get a
so
dime.
anyway, I get it, but any thoughts? What do you think?
I think it's needed, but I think it's going to be interesting because when you look at the NCAA pay-for-play prohibition and you just passed it in California, when you look at the landscape of recruiting, how you going to balance it out if you got some schools paying and others not? So I think they're going to have to give in as a whole. But how are you going? They gave in as a whole.
Yeah, just yesterday. It came out yesterday that everybody, and this is recorded a week early, but you know what I mean. If y'all hearing this a week ago or so, everybody, it's not just California now. The NCAA voted to can capitalize off your name and so I said it's on now.
Your name and your likeness.
I've been waiting to drop a backdoor recruit. You know what I'm saying? You know how many recruits we missed out on trying to be. You know what I'm saying?
But will they put the educational infrastructure in place for the cats that make the money?
Right.
And how are they going to balance that out?
Now you're trying to, you know what I'm saying? Now you're trying to really change the system.
No. And not just them, anybody. I just had a young lady that worked with us in our coaching program and made good money. And she was like, yo, I'm going to be real with you. It was a blessing, but you ain't teach me how to spend it. It was like, yo, like real. I didn't know how. I ain't never had that kind of money. I've been on assistance. Okay. So I didn't necessarily do the right thing with it. Yeah. And so I think that's big. Like, I don't think that's just something we should teach college students. Right. I just think most students, period. Most kids who come into money don't know what to do with it, bro.
You imagine you 17 and you get 100,000 and your family ain't never had nothing.
Come on, man.
It's rough, bro.
And then how does the transfer portal work then? Because you transfer, get another 100.
Come on,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? You jump in the portal like after you blow through that. I don't know how it's going to work.
Yeah, but
anyway,
I'm just saying, though, I'm just saying, it might be bad, but let the people who should be benefiting work it out.
Absolutely.
It's not fair that the people who are trying to regulate it are getting paid.
Yeah, man. It's just so many sharks, though. You see all the AAU coaches and stuff now, man.
They
it's going to be,
right. It's just that, you know, I wanted to ask you.
Maybe they should put it in like an endowment or something, like you can get it when you turn 30 or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I'm just saying,
I don't know if you should just be giving no 17, 18 year old.
I feel you.
I don't know if that's going to be the best solution. And I'm not only what's fair, but what's right.
Yeah,
no.
What's beneficial for them?
Yeah, of course.
Because
that's all.
It's not about just giving them money.
No question.
If I'm gonna give it to you and then you gonna run out of it and not have none, that wasn't the goal.
Bro, I don't want to say it, but they said it was an athlete. I just watched the whole story on how he blew 200 mil. I ain't trying to say no name, but I'm like, whoa, you blew 200 mil. You a recruit. You came in 60, 70 G's. And it's gone. I don't know how it's going. How do you think that would change your motivation for even playing if you come in? So that's what I'm saying. Ink, it's a lot. We could probably do a whole podcast on it. So maybe I should move on. But shout out to everybody. I'm never going to hate on nobody getting the bag. They should be getting the bag. But I don't know how the bag should be distributed is what I'm saying. And I don't think that the college education is enough when people come out of college and making no bread off their degree anyway. So Yusuf in Baltimore said, Inky and ET, what is the most important lesson you've learned in 2019?
Go ahead, D.
Man, constructive criticism. You know, I've learned this year that it's not what you're good at that stops you from going to the next level. It's what you need to work on that's stopping you from going to the next level. You know, to C's point, I'm just naturally gifted as a speaker, but working on my structure. You know, we just came out with a book that has an assessment, and at the end of the assessment, now a training video. Like, I should have been doing that. You know, I should have been doing that. More schools would have fooled with me. You know what I'm saying? But they like, yo, E, we love you, but we can't pay you that much. Like, we can't pay you multi-millions for a message. Yeah. But the book with the assessment, with the training boy, that's sustainable.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so I had to learn that your talent will take you so far, but tweaking and making adjustments will take you even further.
Absolutely. Yeah.
2019 greatest lessons.
Man, bro, I read a quote one morning from my quote bowl, and it said, man, I'm fearful of succeeding at something that doesn't matter, right? And so my biggest lesson, man, is that just being intentional and careful about what I give my energy and my passion to, right? So I don't go out and succeed at something that I feel is a success, but get toward the latter years of my life and realize that it doesn't matter.
Got you. Let's see a couple more here. Inky, who is the biggest celebrity that's ever reached out to you? And have you ever been starstruck?
Man, The Rock. The Rock reached out, man, him and his squad.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't believe it at first. I thought, it was a couple of my partners trying to play with me. And because it was his person that reached out first. And then it ended up being legit.
Mm-hmm.
And he just shared one of my messages when I was talking about perspective drives performance.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that, it landed on him, man. And that meant something to me. And of course, he went out and he posted a video on Instagram, but it was a pretty cool moment for me and my family.
Yeah.
And in terms of being starstruck, I see cats, man, and it's cool.
Yeah.
But
I
The
got
Rock is
starstruck
that
one
one,
time,
though.
Ink.
The Rock
I was
that one.
Yeah, I was at the airport and I turned around. 50 Cent was standing there.
50.
I froze a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I froze a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I used to be in G-Unit in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like college, like my freshman year in college, I had a vest. You know what I'm saying? Bulletproof vest on Michigan State campus. You know what I'm saying? So I was at the airport. I was doing my thing. I was in security.
Take
I
it
had
back,
my headphones on.
1825.
I had my headphones on. You know how it is. You
no
traveling.
doubt.
You just like, yo, I
Chilling.
blanked out. I literally like this close. I turned around. It was 50 Cent right there. It was like, what's up, bro? You good? I was like, boom. I turned around. I was like, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's the
No
only
doubt.
time. I met a
Yeah.
lot of people, but
You ain't say nothing. You ain't tell him that. Yeah, you know.
No, you know what?
The man boy.
I
You
almost
couldn't- the man
listen.
would let you go there.
Listen, obviously, I got friends who know him that, he cool with it, whatever. And I started to turn around, but hey, I was like, don't even be that, dog. Do not be that dude. So I just was like, wow. I think I might have jumped on my phone, like, yo, 50 Cent. I'm like, man, I hope you're on the same flight because I was flying first class. And then we would have, but
chop it up.
he wasn't going where I was going. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so yeah, no starstruck. And we know E never been starstruck. E don't know who nobody is. So
Hey,
He
I
the
was
celebrity.
starstruck.
He the
though.
celebrity,
Yeah, but I
man.
was starstruck when I
saw
met
MC
Coretta Scott King.
Oh.
I was starstruck when I met her.
I thought you were gonna
She
say
played
MC
with me.
Light.
Oh, I never met her.
Oh, okay.
I never met her. I would have been starstruck, but I never met her. But Coretta was big and still big because it was like, it's just Coretta. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's Martin Luther King's wife. You know what I'm saying? So she prayed with me and my boys, and I'll never forget that, man. That was big.
Last one. We could wrap up here. Inky, you came from a 2-bedroom home with 14 people and a mother who worked at Wendy's. What's the most exciting thing you've been able to buy or purchase for a friend or loved one?
Car, for my mom, a house, already done.
I love it.
Light work.
Light
You
work.
hear that?
No, I'm saying her house is already done, not by me. Like, it's already done with her.
Yeah.
Of course, paying her bills and stuff, but
Yeah.
I would say a vehicle when my mom needed it most. My grandmother was living, paying her bills and doing for her. But the first time I took my mom on vacation,
Yeah.
that was big. And it wasn't even no big extravagant vacation. It was just I was able to take my mom somewhere when my mom was coming up. She wasn't able to take me nowhere. And
Word.
so, I would say a car and just paying my mom.
Last
bills.
question.
Let me get it last.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I guess it is my birthday, but whatever.
Yeah.
You don't have to take the last one. Then. You can take it.
No, this is the last one I got for you, Ink. Most people blow up and they don't live where they, blew up at. You know what I'm saying? Like, so how is it for you living in Atlanta and people, it's very public that you're doing well. I'm just curious, and you come from, meager circumstances. I'm just wondering, like, how that is for you. Like, I don't live in Michigan anymore, so like I don't have to go to the store and cats like, oh, you heard about, such and such who, about to get kicked out. You know what I mean? Like, how do you manage the demands of people? I'm sure people must see you out. They know you're doing really well. This school, they ran out of book. You just want to do for how do you manage that responsibility?
Yeah, it's challenging, man, because, you have family that hits you up
Yeah, of course.
for money, as y'all know. And you
Personal
can't help.
money.
Yeah, personal. Yeah, and cats that take it personal. You
Right,
know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah.
Like cats that take it personal.
Yeah.
But being focused, man, on what I got to do, I help when I can help, but I always try to make sure, my spirit is right. Like even when I do help, not getting in the right spirit after I help a person, like what they doing with what I helped them with. If I'm going to do something, it's off the strength of God placed it on my spirit and I did it. If I'm not going to do it, it is what it is, and I can't do it. But I try to do my best, man, me and my wife, to try to serve and help what we can. But can't help everybody and can't save everybody. And everybody don't like it. And I'm cool with it. Like, I'm built for it.
Yeah.
Like,
Does it
I
happen
come from
often?
it. Yeah, every week.
Yeah.
And how do you manage who you
Yeah.
bless and who you, like, is there like a list, or do you, like, me and my wife put like our financial advisor like gave it a name, because he was like, whoa, hold on, I'm looking at how much y'all, you know, he's like, it's a little dent right here. And we called it like the family giving fund or something. Well, he was just like, okay, I'm cool with it, but put a cap on it. Okay, y'all tithing 10%. We know that's coming out. Like, what's the family tithe? You know what I'm saying? And so did you and your wife have to like put a limit on it, or say like, we'll only do this, or if it's family, we do this? If it's, you know, everybody get one time to come to us, like I really want to know, you know, for myself. And, you know, obviously E and I have tons of conversations about it. Absolutely. E always used to say, I was like, man, E, people keep hitting me up. He said, well, you keep giving it to them. He said, if you kept going to an ATM and every time you went up there, you just put in the number and the money popped out, would you stop going?
I'm going back to that joker.
How do y'all have a strategy in place for it? Because like I said, it got to be worse for you, because not only do you have to deal with people who got your number, I'm talking about like you see people at the store who like, hey, I'm right here.
Yeah. Me and my wife, we discuss it usually in depth based on the situation. But a cat said to me one time, man, we had to gave a cat a couple racks and they doubled back.
They double back
for the
like,
stack. Hey, we need this for this.
Yeah.
And we talked about it and we was like, nah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
And my man say to me like, bro, we know you can do it. Like, we know you got it.
Right.
We know you can do it.
Right.
Like, bro, we just gave you like $5,000.
Right.
But that wasn't your personal money.
Right. Like, we know you can do it. You know what I'm saying? And we just
Go ahead and get
discussed
some of that.
And it just was like, man, it just was like at a certain point, like if it's not helping, which most of the time
it's not. I got to keep doing it. It's a job now.
It is what
I got to
it
do this
is.
every month for you. It's
like, bro, I wake up, I got cats that text me and call me like a job. Like a job. You understand? Like a job.
Yeah.
Like, and it's always, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I pray for you, but at a certain point, if I'm giving to you and it's
that's
not
a
helping,
way to get rid of them right there. Like, yo, call me.
No, I got to get up and go to work, but you don't.
Absolutely.
I got to get on these planes. Cars,
sacrifice away from my family, my children, and you chilling?
Text.
Man, please.
Yeah, no.
But E, I'm about to get kicked out.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You are.
He said you are.
You are. And I always say this: whatever decisions you making, those are the decisions that got you kicked out.
Absolutely.
So you got to make some different decisions.
But I'm down on my luck.
Yeah, you are.
Did you create it?
Let me get some of that personal money. I'm just trying to figure out what personal money is. I'm still on that. That's how I know I ain't made it yet. Yeah, he said, but you ain't give me no. I said, how does somebody know he got personal money? And then what is that other side account called? All my money is personal money.
It's tough, bro.
That's crazy. E, you had one last question.
Yeah, I just want to say, on behalf of, football, basketball, the schools you do, the corporations, man, like, much love. Like, I do it, so I know what it requires. I know a lot of people out here speaking ink as a job, as a hustle, and you're doing it because you love. You love the process. You love the people. Like, bro, and I just want to say thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, from one first responder. I see us as first responders.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that listen to our stuff that get through. So I just want to say, first and foremost, man, just proud of you, bro, seeing you from where, like you said, from that school when you came, you just came to me like, E, I just want to come. Like, I was like, oh, okay, I don't really know what you can learn from me, but whatever. And so from that time to now, just seeing you growing and doing your thing, man. I saw you with UCLA the other day. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like, I was there, Ink is there, like, yo, this is, my man is, he blazing it out here. You know what I'm saying? And so proud of you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. But I just want to know, as a husband, as a father, as a friend, what do you enjoy most, about what this life, like you making the commitment and you is doing what it's doing for you? What do you enjoy most about just the life that you're living right now?
Absolutely, man. First off, man, as y'all know, I'm big on gratitude, man. And, I credit y'all too for a lot, that's transpired and manifested in my life over the past couple of years, because I was on the road prior to meeting y'all, but I hadn't popped or had the growth that I was seeking You know, even though I was diligent and obedient in what I was doing, and y'all opened the door and it was just an open book. Like y'all didn't hold nothing from me. Y'all showed me love. Y'all gave me insight, advice. And so I'm forever indebted to y'all for that, man. And, you know, my life, the thing I enjoy the most, man, is that my wife and my children, like, don't have to live the way that we lived and we came up.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, just the simple things, man, of my children gonna have something to eat, you know? Like, my wife, she ain't got to worry about, like, my wife didn't grow up with parents. Wife lost both her parents when she was 7. Grew up in Kirkwood. She was raised by a grandmother and a second grade teacher. You know what I'm saying? And so having that comfort, I told my wife's grandmother when I asked her hand in marriage, I said, I got your granddaughter. Like, I got her. I'm going to take care of her, right? I'm going to do right by her, right? And so having the character to when I'm out on the road, I'm not messing around. I'm not tempted by no woman. I'm going out. I'm doing my business. I'm getting back home to my family, right? And having things in place that takes care of my family. I'm proud of that. I didn't have that. I didn't learn that from my family. And also just representing the people in the right way that helped me get in the position I'm in. Y'all too. You know, other people, my mother, you know, that means something to me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just saying that to say that. I live my life that type of way. To where I'm a loyal person. And people that help me get to where I'm at, I'm going to do my best to go out and make sure I rep them the right type of way.
That's right.
And so every single day, man, making sure I'm making good on my name that represent my wife and my children.
Man. All right. Well, Kurt, man, appreciate you, bro, letting us run a little over.
Yes,
Shout out
sir.
to Patchwork Studios, man. Shout out to Inky. Inky, I heard a rumor,
My
man,
brothers.
that you was thinking about a podcast,
Yeah,
dog.
man.
If you
Yeah,
need a
man.
producer,
Yeah, man.
my fees, my personal money fee charge is not that extensive. So I would love to be able to help
Don't call
out.
it that because somebody going to be calling you asking for it.
Bro, you know the title of this podcast, Personal Money.
Personal money.
Yeah, no, in all seriousness, man, love you, brother. Appreciate you
all
coming
love,
through, man.
thank
At least,
y'all,
hey,
man.
at least come back to the home studio,
I
man,
am, man.
one time.
I am.
Back
Like
in
I said, yeah, back in Michigan.
Michigan,
Yeah,
up
yeah.
top.
We'll do the
Be
home
good.
studio, man. Shout out to everybody out there for listening. Man, we running up on the holiday season, so
sir.
yeah, blessings to everybody over
And
the
shout out,
holidays.
man. We missing the Beijing sensation.
Yeah, of course, man. Shout out to Carl who
yeah.
ain't here. Y'all will see Carl soon. And then also, man, appreciate y'all spending my birthday with me, man. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I'm
Yeah,
not on,
man.
you know,
Happy
I'm not on
birthday,
Facebook
man.
or Twitter or
Big
nothing like that.
37.
So like it don't pop up in your feed. Today see birthday. So my mentions and my little text be a little light. You know what I'm saying? I wake up, but I'm still, you know.
Yeah,
Hey,
you know
come
what I'm
on,
saying?
man.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday
yeah,
to
yeah.
him.
Right.
To you.
Come on, man.
Happy birthday to Look at see.
You know how you gotta act shocked.
Hey, dear
CJ. Happy birthday
to you.
That is.
And many more. I need him to have as many as possible.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? We still
I'm
got
selfish.
that personal money.
That's right.
Hey,
I'm,
much
I'm about
love.
to give him some personal money.
Hey,
for those
you
who
know what I'm
listen,
saying?
so
Yeah, it is my
if he-
birthday.
If he need to borrow it, he
Shout
got
out. I
it.
need a bobby pin and pin the money on my shirt like high school. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
it
saying?
is.
Get a couple dollars. Hey, man. The nugget of the day, just say something. Just let the people know something real quick, man.
Hey, the nugget of the day. I was gonna say something about personal money, see if I'm gonna leave that alone. Hey, for real, the nugget of the day, man, is look, you can be or do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But you heard what Inky said. Don't be so focused on the prize that you forget the most important part is the process. All right. And I know for y'all, you and your feelings like me, look, get past your feelings, man, and do whatever it takes, right, to do what you want to do. It's a different season. Ain't nobody holding us back. You know what I'm saying? It's a different season. You're not a victim. You're a victor. So do what you got to do to get up, man, and go get that.
Inky, real quick, give him your social media, man. You should be at 1
Absolutely.
million. You had to start over, kind of, but you already up
Absolutely,
over 100,000.
Yeah.
But give him your social media.
Just-
Let him know. Hey,
just
listen,
at
if you are
Inky
listening to this,
Johnson.
you better go follow Inky, man. We need to get them followers back up. My man should be at 1 million right now. He growing quick, but we need to
man.
get back. What is
At
Inky?
Inky Johnson, just INKYJOHNSON.
Okay, got
On
you.
everything.
At Inky Johnson, man. Make sure y'all go follow Ink. Show him some love. Appreciate y'all listening, man. Happy birthday to me. We love you. We'll see you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul, with all your heart.
I know what you're capable of.
if you want to be honest, Carl just said it, you know what you're capable of. You know what you're capable of. What I need you to do is stop focusing on what could go wrong, and I need you to start focusing on what is going to go right when you do what you're supposed to do. Why? Because you're capable of doing it. The only thing that's stopping you from doing it is you're overthinking whatever the thing is, you're overthinking it.
This week, our show is brought to you by our partner in crime, Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, Green Juice, can supercharge your life, restore that glow, and help you feel decades younger in just 30 seconds per day without having to worry about shopping for ingredients, mixing and blending them, and then cleaning up afterwards. All ingredients are USDA organic, vegan-friendly, and made without GMO ingredients, gluten, or soy. Where else can you get superfoods like chlorella, moringa, spirulina, wheatgrass, ashwagandha, and turmeric, just to name a few? So make sure you guys check it out at www.organifi.com/success. That's ORGANIFI.com/success.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What's going on, y'all? What it do?
I got Dr. King. I can, I will, I must be demanding.
I know
Yes,
that's
sir.
right.
Hey,
Maul, where you
bruh.
get your shirt? Oh, that's right. They gave you a shirt.
Yeah, they gave
I was
me a
gonna
shirt.
be like, how Maul get his shirt?
Oh, bruh. I wanted to wear it last time, man, but I got it on right now, man. I just got to be. I knew you was gonna have on I can, I will, I must jacket.
Yeah, I just got
So I
the
said,
jacket,
let me.
though.
You the big
Yeah.
guy. I said, let me at least throw on a t-shirt.
Yeah. Douglas in the building. Douglas, you got your phone back. How you
did.
feeling?
I'm trying to find, what is it, Maul? Chicago play. He gonna kill me. What's his this guy?
Oh yeah, kid. Yeah, kid.
Chicago. Oh, he gonna kill me.
I got you.
Yeah,
He was
get
at
that for
122.
me.
Shout out to him.
Shout out. I just want to say thank you for the jacket. It feels good.
Chicago Playground.
Yeah, that's it. Chicago Playground. Shout out to you, the jacket. Shout out to you, the gear that's coming. And look, y'all. I had spoken to him maybe about a week or so ago, and I was like, look, whatever you make, I want to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, no, don't worry about it. I said, okay, look, I know at least the fabric costs money. Let me pay for the fabric. And he was like, no, you've done a lot for me. I got you. So, bam, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. I just want to say that. Appreciate
Kid
you.
100. I met Kid at the. I actually didn't meet him. I invited him to come to the conference.
Okay.
Just to on
the
behalf
VIP
of
boy.
VIP
Yeah.
on behalf of all of us.
Yeah.
And solid guy, man. Just solid, man.
How many did you invite?
Oh man, I don't know. I was trying to get my ET on. I'm like, hey, I'm like this. I'm like, for every person that came to the real estate conferences,
they
I'm
come
gonna
on.
bring. I'm gonna bring.
Yeah.
I just what I did invite those people. That's part of my real estate conference.
Yeah.
People that bless us on stage.
It was a
I wanted
large
them
group
to
of Make Real Estate Real in that
Yeah, I
I
conference.
was in
wanted-
the building.
yeah,
Because
I
Tiff was like, yo, E, this the first time you only did 3, but everybody reversed with you. So you did 3 and they did what you normally do. I was like, well, maybe that's why.
all
Yeah.
cap. He gonna have his people call me, and then I put them on there, and it's go down as my people. I'm like, bro, I don't even
Hey,
know
they smart, Maul.
70% of these people.
I'm demanding now, so they don't even call me. So they go straight to C.
Right,
now.
I'm like,
yeah, they go
these
straight to
people.
C.
So
Hey, but you know what? I had to bring a little crowd because I needed somebody to clap for me. I need to know I had a
Home
little
court
just a little
advantage.
cheer
Yeah,
section.
exactly. That's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? That little hookup. What was I gonna say? Oh, man, I found out. Okay, this is very weird. I think my wife is a serial killer. Guess what? Dog, is this not okay? So I just need to know. This is stupid, but I it's like this can't just be me. So my wife has always had the ability to like pick up a show. I'm talking about a sitcom show, movie, anything. It could be she never seen it. It could be like 20 minutes left in the show. And if she flick it to that channel, she could just watch it, right? So that's already weird, right? So then I catch her, she watching, I think it was Grey's Anatomy or something like that.
Yeah.
she watching Grey's Anatomy, and I'm like, "What? You started from the top?" And she was like, "Nah." She just picked it up in season 7.
Wow.
And she just watching it. It gets worse.
Wow.
So
Season
she picked,
7?
Yeah, she just
Not
like literally
episode
like
1.
She was
I mean, not
guess she was at
season
Cam.
1,
she
episode
was
7.
over at Cam and Train's house, and like she was watching season 7 because she all the way current.
Wow.
So she started watching with her and was like, oh, she got back to the crib. Like, oh, that was fire. Let me just keep watching that. Then here go the thing where I was like, okay, yeah, you might be a serial killer. So she says, yeah, it was a lot of stuff I missed. So I went back to season 1 to start, which sounds normal. But she kept watching 7
and 1.
Fam, I was like, yo.
How you do that?
Bro, you know how your stomach start hurt? Like I started to get anxiety, dog.
Right.
I was like, yo, who does this?
that,
like,
yeah.
yo, who
I'm just
can
trying to think how you do it. Do you watch 1 on 1 then 1 and 7? Like I don't even know how.
That's what I'm saying. Like you
Hey, what's that movie with Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta?
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Bruh.
She got mine like Pulp Fiction.
I gotta watch
Damn.
that. I heard it's fire.
You ain't never seen Pulp Fiction? Oh,
That ain't the ET kind of movie, though. No, don't watch it. I don't know if you necessarily need to watch
see that.
Pulp.
Okay.
You know what I'm
All
saying?
right.
It's hilarious, but yeah, nah, bro. I was like, yo, this is like the nuttiest thing I've ever seen in my life. She was like, yeah, I'm watching season 7 and season 1 concurrently.
Wow.
Some kind of way. So anyway,
It's
how's
a beautiful
everybody
mind.
feeling?
Yeah, it's a beautiful mind.
How's everybody feeling? Hey, for everybody who keep hitting me about Stafford, the Lions.
Oh, Lord.
I forgot to address this last week when they hit the world record 475-yard field goal on us. I do understand that my man kicked it from Mars.
Yeah.
But listen, man. I'm jaded. I don't, as much as I love the Lions, I'm not gonna tell you I don't. I'm used to it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like we break all kind of records. If I had $1 for every time I heard an announcer say, for the first time in NFL, I've never seen right. So anyway, people were like, oh, and of course Stafford looking like the league MVP and all that.
Seriously.
Yeah,
No joke.
Yeah,
he looking good.
Beat Brady a couple weeks ago. Whatever, just killing. But I told people they was like, "Oh, no, you pissed Stafford." I said, "No, we actually still love Stafford."
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, Stafford is like, and if anybody
never did us no wrong.
If anybody had a past like me, I wasn't always the greatest boyfriend / dating partner. Yeah. It's like when you had a good girl, and she was going to class. Yeah. She wasn't messy. Yeah. You just wasn't ready. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And when she left, you kind of understood. Yeah. Like you was like, dang, I love, dang, I wish you would have. Yeah. But I'm not even
mad at you.
I don't even got my stuff together to be the man.
I understand.
I understand.
I understand.
But I do want you here.
Yeah.
And we had some good times.
Yeah.
It was me, not you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when she go off and find a dude who take you are jealous.
I gotta let you know, bro. You sound like Goldie right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You're Ma, stop with the old 70s Chicago references.
I know. You know who Goldie is.
I'm still in my 30s.
You know who Goldie is.
You know who Goldie is, dog. I'm just rocking with it.
No, Ma, you sound like Harold Melvin. Sit down somewhere.
And the blue nose.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Ma threw me off with his old
She got a new
references.
man. She got a new man. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So you again, they get married, they send out the invitation. My man holding her in the woods with a little engagement picture.
No question.
And you just in the crib smoking with, you ain't that kind of dude that deserve that.
Right.
But at one point you had her.
Yeah.
And so that's how we feel about Stafford. Like we didn't deserve him for the time we had him.
Or Barry.
We were
Or Megatron.
Same thing with Barry. Yeah. See now Barry and Megatron just quit. So nobody else had him. So it's like your girl never found another man.
Right.
You feel me? So you can live with that. You she just out here. You know what I'm saying? Like she ain't really go nowhere. Like I see her on the weekends. Like
she's still thinking about me.
I can still shoot my shot. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Shoot my shot.
But Stafford actually with another squad and they winning.
I'm looking good.
And it does hurt. It stings. But we wasn't gonna get there like that with him.
No, we
dogged him out. You know what I'm saying? We dogged him out.
How you gonna feel when they put that ring on his finger? When they put that ring on his finger, how you gonna feel then?
I mean, the same way you would feel if you lost a good girl and, you know what I'm saying, your current girl, is messy and trifling and you see them getting married and you like, wow, you jealous, bruh.
She the one that got away.
She the one that got away, dog. So congratulations if you were a shout out to Big Ray. who's a Rams fan out there in L.A. He invited me to the game. Ray, I'm not coming out there for that. I can't. I my heart can't take it, Ray.
I might catch one.
Yeah. So anyway, how y'all feeling? That's it. That's all I had.
Feeling good.
Yeah. All right.
Good.
What time we got? I know we got a. Oh yeah, it's perfect timing. E, go ahead. You had an idea for this podcast, so every once in a while I like to let y'all, you know what I'm saying, under bosses get in and you know what I'm saying, flex your muscles.
So I told y'all I was blessed. I had nothing to do at the conference, no responsibility. So I watched every single speaker, right? I was at church, just like, hey man, like sitting on the side, right? And, I was actually there to get information. Like I'm not trying to leave and be the same. And every speaker kept saying, what are you going to take away? What are you going to take away? What are you going to take away? But one speaker said something, I was like, ooh, as a shepherd, I'm like, ooh, that's deep. I need that, right? So my mom calls it triple darkness. I don't know if y'all remember. You don't know that you don't know that you don't know. For real. And there are specific traits, characteristics, and habits of the greats, right? Y'all heard me say that. But there are also people who have not been exposed to those. So like, for instance, I grew up, like I said, Chicago, Detroit. It's a working class. So some of the entrepreneurial things that I needed, I didn't know, right? And so as I was listening to her, I was like, yo, I ain't never heard nobody speak about that before. Like, yo, that's deep. Like, that is something that needs to be said, but it's so subtle that people don't necessarily think about that. So I'm going to call her. You got her number?
Yeah, I got it.
I'm going to call her. I want her to introduce it and kind of talk about why she talked about it in the first place. I don't want to steal her thunder. But I was just like, man, we so blessed, bro, to have, oh, my bad. Yeah, I can hear. We so blessed, man.
Hello, can we speak to Sherry Riley?
This is she.
Mrs. Riley, this is Carlos Quinney Jr. calling from the Secrets to Success podcast. How are you?
I am wonderful.
You're live, so don't dog E out just yet.
And you know what, though, Sherry? I'm grateful for you because I've never seen C that calm, like he introduced himself, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
trying to sound like a gentleman.
Oh, I promise you.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? You know what I'm saying? You gotta let people know.
So look, I did not want to mess anything up. Here's all I said. There are traits, characteristics, and behaviors of the rich and wealthy, right? And then there are those of us who haven't been exposed to those. And so because we haven't been exposed to them, we may not know them. You said a gem the other day that I was like, ooh, I've never heard nobody. I've been in the game of professional development. Doggone, I've been going to church since I was 16, 17 years old. I've heard thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of messages. I have never heard anyone say what you said at the conference. I don't know. Do you remember do you remember the exact phrase you used?
When I tell people they cannot say I don't know.
There we go. There we go. Look, I ain't never heard that before. I've never heard anybody not only say it, you just didn't say it. You had a part of your presentation around it. Please talk to us and educate us on that, why you said that, the root of it. Give us a whatever, and then stay with us as long as you can. Go for it.
Yeah. So what I realized is there were so many people who have reached certain levels of success or they've gotten to a certain point in their lives and they just say, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And when I started working with my clients, I was like, no, you can't say I don't know. Because the truth of the matter is you always know. Now, you may not be ready to deal with the change. You may not be ready to deal with the accountability that I know makes you have. You may not be ready to look in the mirror and deal with that hard truth. But the reality is we always know. And so I literally across the board will not allow my clients, will not allow myself to say I don't know. And what's uncovered in that, when you stop saying I don't know, you have to take responsibility. You have to take accountability.
Good. So
and more importantly, when you stop saying I don't know, you have to start walking in your own greatness.
Yeah.
Walking in your own
greatness.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I love it. Okay. So when you say help me though, because somebody might be saying, no, I don't know. But you're saying, okay, you don't know, but there is something you do know. What do you mean when you say that you do know something? Like, what does that mean exactly?
Yeah. So what that means is just focus on what you do know instead of always getting caught up in what you don't know. So let's say that I'm trying to start a company and I don't know what it is to go get the LLC. I don't know what it is to get my bank accounts. I don't know any of that part. But what you do know is that you need help. So find a friend that you went to college with that went to law school. Find a friend who knows an attorney. What you do know is what you focus on. So if you sit around all day long and say, I want to start a business, but I don't know how to start an LLC. I don't know how to start an S-Corp. Then you're never going to start it. But if you focus on what you do know, well, who do I know that went to college, that went to law school? Who do I know that has started a business? They may have an attorney. Can I ask them who helps them? So when you focus on what you do know, as small as it may be, it opens up the next step.
Momentum.
And the next step.
Yeah.
And the next step.
Yeah. And when you say you don't know, what does that do?
You stuck.
Yeah.
You just sit there.
Yeah.
You don't do anything. Yeah. And then here's the challenge. When you focus on what you don't know, then you start getting resentful because now you're putting your challenge on someone else. Well, if Sherry owns a business, if she really was going to help somebody, she would help me. But you never even told me you had a challenge because you were so stuck on what you didn't know. So then you get stuck in wanting people to validate you in where you are versus focusing on how are you going to move forward. Because it's in your momentum that you then learn the next thing and the next thing. And the greatest challenge with I don't know is it causes you to hide because then you want people to come find you. Ooh. I know for me, the greatest thing God said to me is, Sherry, you are not humble. You are hiding.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wait.
Wait.
By the way, Sherry, you're the new member. We're kicking Jamal off the podcast.
Hey, Sherry,
we have a seat waiting for you.
Sherry, they're not kicking me off.
We got a seat waiting for you.
Sherry, what you just told me is that I've been hiding on this podcast with CJ.
I wish you would.
They're not kicking me off, Sherry. I'm about to go find myself.
Go hide out in the car. I'll be there in 30 minutes.
That was fire.
Yeah, no, talk to me. No. I'm just saying.
Let her break that down.
Break that down.
Don't run past that. You're not humble. You're hiding.
You're not humble. You're hiding. And for me, because I'm a high ground crew, and as a high ground crew, I'm all about service, right? Service, support. And what happens, especially for ground crew, is we think service and value are equal. And so we put service and value in the same bucket. Well, if I'm serving you, then that means I'm valuable to you. So that means you're going to let me have a seat at the table. When the truth of the matter is service to someone else just means you helped me do what I needed to do. That doesn't mean that they value what you bring. So you have to validate yourself to have that seat at the table. And so when you hide, it means you're sitting in this place, but I served you. When you own your value, you come out of that and say, look, I know what I bring to the table. I know I'm great at service, but I'm also bringing value. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to serve and I'm going to add value. And when I began to understand that those two weren't synonymous, it allowed me to see, oh, Sherry, you're not humble. You're not humble. You're hiding. Because the moment somebody tells you you're great, you run to the table. Why do you need somebody to tell you you're great to run to the table? Why don't you just go sit at the table?
Yeah.
This podcast was brought to you by Sherry Riley.
Yeah. Oh, got it. No, you got anything else?
No,
Sherry?
I don't
Sherry,
have.
thank you.
Yeah,
You gave us enough ammunition to talk for the next 30 minutes to an hour and finish this podcast. That was amazing.
Hey, Sherry, and let me know when you're ready to start your podcast. I'm coming to your table. I'm coming to your table. Me, E.T. and Carl. We gonna stop hiding with CJ.
Hey, don't threaten me with a good time. Do not threaten me with a good time.
Before we get out of here, anything, we don't usually have guests. So is there anything final you want to say? Do you feel like you said it all? Is there any final parting words?
The last thing I would say is take ownership. Just take ownership. When you take ownership of your greatness, it allows you to truly walk in the authority that you bring in any and every situation. If you're supposed to be humble, you'll be humble. If you're supposed to serve, you're supposed to serve.
Yeah.
If you're supposed to step out of hiding, you'll step out of hiding.
Yeah.
Just own your greatness.
Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Love
Thank
you.
you.
Talk
Love
to you
you.
later. Now we got a whole goofball guest on here. Chuku, you're live on the S2S podcast. We're trying to do work here, and you're interrupting. What do you need, sir? Don't say nothing crazy.
I knew y'all was doing the podcast. I just wanted to be a special guest real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Praise God.
All right.
You got it there.
All right. How was the BET Awards?
Absolutely phenomenal.
Praise
That's
God.
what I was.
Praise
I was calling to make sure that you could give me my props since you want props from everybody else.
I'm sorry, I got a bad connection. I'll talk to you later. All right. No, she said some stuff on there for sure.
Yeah.
Like she said some stuff on there for sure. Where do y'all want to start with that? I know that obviously you're not humble, you hiding. Coming off of our demanding topic, I suggest we start there. But since y'all just made me feel like maybe I'm too demanding, maybe I'm just
like my father.
But no, and Carl, I'll let you at the grounds crew.
man.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was.
No, I'm just saying, get ready, Carl, but I'm just saying, literally, y'all, I've been in the speaking game forever. I've heard millions of preachers, bro. I have never heard anyone address the not know. Now, I do know as an extrovert how I feel about that word. Like, I do know what that word does to me. But to be fair, like my mother said, triple darkness is almost like being a flight attendant. I know one of the challenges is, what's the word I use? Is it selective hearing? Like, I know I got a challenge with, all right, you got to stop, you got to listen, because if you don't listen, you're not going whatever. But I didn't know that before I got into the game and people start showing me. So I don't trip. But when she said that, I was like, yo, I do know how I feel about it. I don't know. But I'm not going to say nothing about it because I don't know the root of it. Like, it's not one of my things. So I don't necessarily have a right to be telling somebody something that I'm not like, I don't know like that in depth. But when she said it, I was sitting there like, yo, she's about to free up a whole bunch of people because she's talking about a topic that is like, again, I'm not saying, Maul, we are all the same humans, but you'll find tendencies, good and need to be worked on in each character.
Yeah.
So whatever your preference is. And so I knew that was a grounds crew thing. I just didn't know where to start, whatever, but I knew if that could be addressed and gotten on the other side of, it would be phenomenal. And so when she said it, I was like, okay, I'm about to have her do a master class. We just starting today, but a master class on how to identify that and how to get through that.
Bruh, so again, I got knots in my stomach, not even playing listening to it, because again, that's me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's me. Yeah. So I'm listening to her, and I heard the triple darkness in a different way just now. Watch. I'm hiding from you, right? I'm hiding from everybody else, but really I'm hiding from myself, but really I'm hiding from God. Like, let's not even play. Like, God created me for a reason.
Okay, I got it now. I got it
I'm
now.
saying I'm hiding from 3 different groups. I'm really hiding from you. That's what I'm saying to myself. Man, I'm humble. I'm shy.
Yeah.
I said it at the thing. Like, man, y'all leave me in the back behind the computer. That's me. I'm hiding from everybody. But the truth is, I'm hiding from myself. Because I don't want to deal with the I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not willing to take that risk. And ultimately, what I'm doing is Adam, bruh, he hid from God because something's wrong. Something was wrong. And you knew something was wrong. That's how you know to go hide. I'm going to cover myself up real quick. So I'm sitting here like, yo, you hiding from God, Carl. The reality is, you know some stuff in your hair. And here's how you know. And I did this with a ground screw call. Name me one time, I'm talking to myself, name me one time that you did something that was an ultimate failure. I don't have nothing. I'm not, this is not a bragging thing. I don't have a single thing that I could tell you that I actually put energy to and it was a flop. It failed. So if I got that in my bag and I know that everything, bro, I got 2 master's degrees, like I went through school, like I got a solid family, like everything I put energy to, the videos, everything I put energy to, it worked. And I'm saying worked at a high level.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm still scared to do the next thing because I don't know how it's gonna work. That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense. So now I gotta realize, oh, you hiding from God, Carl. That's what
Yeah.
you're doing, because you know that you're not doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And you trying to hide and make it look like, oh no, I'm humble, I'm shy.
Yeah.
No, but the reality is you hiding from God and what
Yeah.
God put inside
Yeah, no,
you.
that's
So
deep. Yeah, that's deep. Not, and listen to me. I just want to build off of something he said. You have to understand when somebody asks you to do something, they're literally, especially on this level. Let me just say on this level. I shouldn't speak in generalities. Okay, when you on this level, when somebody asks you to do something, I want you guys to see the positive of it. They're asking you because they believe in you. Like you got to understand that. Like, and you got to understand when somebody's frustrated, it's really not what you think it is. It's not frustrated because things didn't work out. They're frustrated because you did not execute on what, and again, not it didn't get done. No, the way I see you is you could get it done. You feel what I'm saying? Like I want you to understand what we're saying. It's not don't start from a negative place. And I think sometimes when you overthink, you're overthinking because you're thinking from the negative side. It's like, I messed up, I did this, I did that. I had a kid who was with me at the conference and he hadn't been talking to me. I was like, yo, bro, what's up? You ain't been talking to me. He's like, I messed up. I was like, well, that's the reason why you should be talking to me, because you messed up. Like, you don't need me if everything is great. Like, you need me as a coach because you don't have the ability to do it on your own. But in his brain, Ma, he's overthinking, how is he going to feel about me? I messed up. No, that's why you were coming to me. Yeah. If you had everything together, you wouldn't need me as a coach. So the worse you are, really, the better I am, right? So I just want to say to those of you who are grounds crew, who are hiding, you are hiding for the wrong reason. And so you need to stop hiding. You're hiding because of your insufficiencies. You're hiding because of your inadequacy, which is not the truth. You shouldn't be hiding. If somebody asks you to do something, they're asking you because they believe you're adequate. They believe you have the ability to do it. Like, they didn't give you a thing because they thought you was going to screw it up. They didn't give it to you because they thought you weren't enough. They gave it to you because they legitimately thought you could handle it. So then the frustration comes from what I believe you could do, what I expected you to do, and what you didn't believe in yourself. Not what you did or didn't do. Because let's just be honest. I don't care who's in this room. As good as we all are going to make mistakes and err. So if it was about perfection, nobody would be able to do it. But what you will find with one group is when they messed up, it's just, oh, I messed up. What do I need to do to make that adjustment? And so I'm crying out to you guys because for me, when I get frustrated, for instance, when somebody says, I don't know, I'm frustrated by I don't know because that's not a thing. Like, it doesn't exist. It's not real. I don't know. You could Google it. You know what I'm saying? My mom will call me all the time like, son, I need to know. I say, Ma, I ain't trying to be funny. You don't need to call nobody. Google it. And if you can't Google it, Mom, there's somebody that knows. And you could pick up the phone and call that person. And so I'm frustrated because I know what you're capable of. I need you to hear me. I need you to hear me. I know what you're capable of. If you want to be honest, Carl just said it, you know what you're capable of. You know what you're capable of. What I need you to do is stop focusing on what could go wrong, and I need you to start focusing on what is going to go right when you do what you're supposed to do. Why? Because you're capable of doing it. The only thing that's stopping you from doing it is you're overthinking whatever the thing is, you're overthinking.
I want to go somewhere, and forgive me, y'all, if this is controversial, but I'm not trying to be funny. Like, the other side of it, E.
Carl, we already had one controversial moment on this podcast.
Yep, the last
drop
one.
Kick somebody.
Yeah,
Carl, listen.
Not there.
Prep us
Not
a little.
there.
Just prep us a little bit. Let me know.
I got
my mute button ready.
Yeah.
Go,
I got
go
you.
for it.
I got you. No, I'm saying we just found out about the R. Kelly verdict.
Yeah.
We just watched
that ain't
stuff.
controversial.
Well, I'm just saying we just watched. I'm just calling it out. We just watched people run into the White House the top of the year.
Yeah.
And here's what I'm saying, E. I'm saying it's because there's a lot of people that saying I don't know that you got these clowns doing the stuff that they're doing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's people that's just, and again, I'm saying talking to me. You a yes man.
Yeah.
And it's like, some stupid stuff going on and you just watching it because you just kind of like, I don't want to stir it up.
Right.
I don't want to mess nothing up. I want to be safe. And it's just like, no.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm saying leave if you got to, but you can't just watch. And I'm calling out to good people now. You can't just watch stuff that you know is wrong and you keep not doing nothing.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Like, that's them. No, if you know it's wrong, you got to say something. Now, I'll switch it. I'm not in that environment.
Right.
So I'm talking to the different group now, but I'm saying my environment, it's more me like acknowledging what I got to do and stepping out.
Yeah.
But I'm saying there's a second group that you know that you're in the wrong spot.
Absolutely.
You know some stupidness that you watching every doggone day. You're just not saying nothing. That's got to go. That's got to go. Take whatever come with it, but it's got to go.
I mean, I guess the one thing, Carl, that I didn't stay right, or
go for it.
Well, he fixing the camera, Lord have mercy. Good night. You know what I'm
Got a
saying?
button right there.
See you next week.
Right there. It's just one button, man.
Oh, bro.
I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it.
She got a seat at the table.
I'm going to share it.
Hey, we know.
Right.
We know.
Yeah, we've been doing.
Right, exactly.
We know. We try to act like we don't know.
Exactly.
Prepare a table in the presence of you.
I can't go and see.
No. I was just gonna say, Carl, that the crazy thing as you talking and I'm hearing you, right? Like, you know, I know from myself personally, I derive confidence from, you know, continued success, right? Like the more you have success, the more, you know, it kind of builds your confidence level.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy thing that I'm hearing you say is, even though I did all of these things, I'm talking about your track record is long. Like you got all of these things to stand on. When it comes to making that next move, it's still and again, I'm not trying to be funny. I don't understand. As y'all probably know, I don't. That's not like.
And I got you.
I'm like, I feel like once I do it a couple times, bro, I'm
It's
like,
locked.
who want what? Like it's going down, and so I don't understand that mentality. So you know, I want you to walk people through, you know, who are out there feeling like you with that, you know, same, you know, hookup. Obviously, we got, you know, a huge population that listens to this podcast who probably feel that same way. So,
and shout out to the people at the conference that walked up to me like,
Of course.
appreciate the stuff that you're saying. So, like, for real, friend, Sherry just said it, y'all. I'm not even playing. She just said it. What happens, is we get caught up on the end 20 things that we're not sure about.
Right.
As opposed to the one thing that I need to do right now.
see, that's because y'all too smart.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
even.
that's
I
a
didn't even
fact.
know it was 20 things going on.
It's a fact. No, I'm
Yeah.
serious. That's a fact. I told Tamisha, I'm like, I'm not geeked that my son is smart.
Right.
I was smart and I'm struggling.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I got to a point in life that smart didn't help. My brother got a PhD in chemistry. He ain't balling out.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So smart ain't what we think it is.
Wow.
So I'm looking at my son. I was like, I'm not geeked that he's smart. I need him to have a skill.
Yeah.
So what happens is, now I'm thinking about like, man, what if I do this? This could happen, that could happen. And what Sherry just said is like, dude, if you know you're trying to start a business, Google what are the top 10 things need to start a business.
Right.
Not how much the business could make
Right.
or
what the limitations are.
none of that
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, I
You
got
focus
I
on
got
what
you.
I need to do to start. And I'm saying that's the transition I've made now, and it's shifting everything. I hadn't said it publicly, but we're working on an app.
Yeah.
Like on the media side, we're working on an app.
on.
I ain't said it, but like,
Come on.
why not, Maul?
Right.
Come on.
Why not?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking to the dude, like we talking weekly and we planning, and now I'm not worried about what it looked like. I'm not worried about the budget. I'm not worried about that. Now I'm worried about here's the idea that I have. What can we do with this? You see what I'm saying? So the shift now is, bro, leave all that alone. It's gonna be people that gonna help you with that. All you gotta do now is come up with the idea and find the people to help you bring it out. So I'm saying it applies to everybody. If it's a business you want to start, if you want to cook, I don't care what it is. You want to have a better relationship with your spouse. It's something you can do right now. It's one step you can take today. Lee and I were talking. I'm like, Lee, you've been cutting for so many years, bro. What you gonna do?
What's the next
what's
step?
the next step?
What's the next step?
He called me last night. Carl, we talked at the conference, but I still feel a little conflicted. I was like, Lee, tomorrow when you go to cut, put your camera on and talk to them and talk to do something.
Do something, bro.
That's what you could do.
Yeah.
Like you ain't gotta have no logo. He does have one, but you ain't gotta have a logo yet. Turn your camera on, go YouTube, Facebook Live, and start talking to people as you cut. I was like, and I literally broke it down. Barber's gonna watch. I'm like, Lee, you was a chaplain, bro. You're gonna be. I'm talking about you're gonna be pouring into people. There's some people like, oh, my man, like deep with it, bro. You got two different audiences, and I was like, watch this, Lee, and I'm just giving y'all a tangible example, practical. I was like, Lee, based on the comments, you're gonna know who the real audience is anyway.
Absolutely.
So if it's all barbers, now you go and
Talk
next
to the
video, you
barbers.
talk to barbers. The video after that, if it ain't barbers, you talk to motivate. Like,
Come on.
More than ever before, it seems like qualified candidates are impossible to find. Truthfully, it feels like people aren't as committed to working as in generations before. So I can only imagine the struggle most businesses face trying to find the right people to fill the right positions. But that's where Indeed comes in. Indeed specializes in finding and pairing your business with the best qualified candidates. If your business or team is anything like ETA, we're swamped. And taking time to attract, interview, and hire new people is extremely difficult, if not impossible, to schedule. Indeed takes all of that off your plate. They do the heavy lifting for you, and they do it quickly. More than 73% of online job seekers visit Indeed monthly, and with Indeed Instant Match, over 90% of employees get quality candidates as soon as they sponsor their job post. With more than 3 million businesses worldwide trusting Indeed to find and hire some of their best employees, it's obvious why Talent Nest ranks them as their #1 source of hires in the US. If you're looking to hire anyone, look no further than Indeed. Get started right now with a $75 sponsored job credit to upgrade your job post at Indeed.com/success. Get a $75 credit at Indeed.com/success. This offer is valid through September 30th. Terms and conditions apply.
You got me just thinking, you could talk to single moms who bring in their kids, trying to raise their kids while you cutting the child hair. You feel me? But I want to say this because my personality, I'm going to encounter grounds crew probably more than anybody else is going to encounter.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to necessarily get a whole bunch of pilots.
You don't think I'm going to encounter the ground crew much?
Pilots or air traffic control.
You don't think I'll.
You know what I'm saying? So, Lee, I want to talk to Lee real quick.
I'm trying to figure out how what I got to do to make myself more available.
I don't know. That's a whole nother podcast.
To the grounds crew.
Yeah, that's a whole nother podcast.
We'll talk. We'll let you finish, but Carl, you let me know how I can be more approachable.
No. And Carl says something deep that you do need to come out of just rolling with your own personality. Yeah. You feel me? And so I would say, for those of you who are listening, if you identify as a grounds crew, you definitely want to surround yourself with pilots and air traffic control.
Yeah. And if you have no idea what we're talking about, shame on you. Go take the assessment.
Take the assessment.
That's what start one. Before you start listening to this podcast, you just turned it off.
Yeah, so
you'll
know.
flightassessment.com.
Yeah. Yep. So I was just going to say, Carl, because you need the pilot because you need to be more demanding. Yep. And I just want y'all to understand something. Listen to me. While you may not be comfortable, those of you listening, with being demanding, it may be a large majority of you that aren't comfortable with it. You do have to understand that in this society, just the way we live in capitalism. Yeah. The way it is, you're not going to be successful if you're not demanding. Yeah. Why? Because you can be, and you need to listen to me. You need to take advantage of it because there's some other societies that you would live in, other countries, you don't get to make a choice. And some, it's not even enough resources to make a choice. Right? So to Carl's point, to Sherry's point, I just want you to hear me. When you say you don't know, you lose demanding. And if you lose demanding, you lose control of your life. And if you really want control of your life, you got to be demanding. So just know every time you say, I don't know. Now listen to me. I told you, I interact with the grounds crew all the time, right? One of my favorites. But I have a problem when you say, I don't know, only because, to Sherry's point, it stops the momentum. So whatever we were doing or whatever we were trying to do, I just want you to see it. If we're driving to California and we're leaving from Denver, Colorado, and we're going to San Francisco, the last thing you want to do, please, I thought Jesse did a phenomenal job in his presentation with the bus. The last thing you want to do on a long trip is stop. Listen to me. If you've ever taken a long distance trip, now some of y'all gonna probably be upset with me, but I was demanding of Dee Dee when she was younger. I got a couple times I was demanding. She was pregnant, Ma, and I do apologize, but we drove from Huntsville to Detroit and we had to get there at a certain time. Ma, I literally brought a bucket. I'm being real, 100. I know they hate me on the podcast.
Right. We ain't
Bro,
stopping.
I brought a bucket, Ma, for real, and was like, you pregnant, so you are going to have to use the bathroom a lot. We cannot take a 10-hour trip and make it to a 15-hour trip because we got to keep stopping. I brought a bucket. We got to where, listen to what I'm saying. Why did I bring a bucket? I hate stopping on a long trip. And when you say, I do not know, we stop because we don't know. And we might not just stop. We might, what is the word I'm looking for, y'all? Abort the mission. Because we aborted the mission. So the frustration comes from not just that we stop,
but I know what you're capable of. I know what you can do. And the reason why I ask you to do it is because now when I do it, I know listen to me very closely. I know it's not something the pilot can do. I know it's not. I know it's something air traffic control cannot do. And I know it's something probably that maybe the flight attendant can't do it. I don't know. But what I'm trying to explain to you guys, whoever you are and whatever your superpower is, you're asked to do it because it's your superpower. You're asked to do it because you think I wouldn't call CJ and ask CJ to do certain things? He gets results. But certain areas he does not get results in, meaning there's certain things he's not going to do.
Say what?
Yeah. So watch this. Absolutely. Watch this. I came
with that one.
No, watch this. I'm going to break it down. I came to church today and I saw that Dr. Arrington, what was the name of I don't know the name, but she got a truck where they physically come and take all the rubbish out the church, whatever. Yeah. Bruh. You think I'm going to ask CJ to come and grab some?
No. I pay way too many times.
You understand what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying? So I know that's not something he's going to do. Yeah. But I know if I need something like that done, I can call Carl and we're going to go get it done. Yeah. Carl's not going to say, I pay tithe. Carl's going to say, I pay tithe. But man, I get an opportunity to go grab some stuff and put it in the trash. So y'all have to hear what I'm saying. You have a superpower. I know that when it comes to hands, I can't call certain people to do hand stuff. They're not for that. They wouldn't even entertain that. And so listen to me, on the right side, you're being asked to do it because you have that superpower. But it ain't a superpower if you don't think it's a superpower. Like if you don't think it's a superpower, it's not a superpower. Now it is a superpower, but you can't activate what you don't think is a superpower. So you got to understand, if you're a ground crew and people are upset with you, they're not upset with you for the reason you think they're upset with you. They're upset with you because they ask you to do a superpower thing and you stop the superpower thing.
You want the kryptonite.
And the kryptonite, there we go. We just identified it. A kryptonite is I don't know. So do me a favor. Don't you ever use that word again, because as soon as you say, I don't know, you turn your superpower off. But when your superpower is on and it's flowing, your gift shall make room for you. So the room that you upset that is not being made for you is not being made for you because you cut that joker off with, I don't know. Stop saying you don't know and say, yo, give me a minute and let me figure it out. Give me a minute, let me call somebody. But what I will not do is I will not stop the momentum.
Yeah, just go get exposed to it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's not that you don't know, it's that you choose not to know. Not knowing is a choice. Yeah. So we talking about,
That's good.
at the conference, I talked about doing the next right thing. The next right thing. Everything that I did.
The next big thing?
The next right thing.
Next right thing.
What is the next right thing from what you're doing right now? Everything that I did in my life.
You just said it though. That's what you was playing, but that's really that's what people heard.
Everything that I did, it wasn't necessarily the next best thing or the next big thing, but it was the next right thing. And I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't have no knowledge about stocks. When I first started out with $50 every 2 weeks investing, didn't have no knowledge. I did not know. I still did it though. I got exposed. I went to somebody that did know, right?
And the next right thing ain't always going to be the right thing as it turns out.
It might not be.
You know what I'm saying? It was the right thing in the moment.
It was the right thing in the moment. Yeah. Exactly. And I didn't quit with it. And then, we talked about how that $50 investment every 2 weeks now has turned into 7 figures.
Absolutely.
I didn't know about daycare centers. Bruh, we used to put Ayanna in a bassinet, go to other daycare centers, pretend like we were going to register Ayanna into these daycare centers.
Just to learn.
And then we would ask them, because when we first went to the daycare centers, we would ask them, hey, we want to start our own daycare center. We want to get some information. They wouldn't give us nothing. But when they saw us with a brand new baby and they knew that it cost $1,400 a month for childcare, they was giving us everything. Oh, this is what we're going to do for your child. This is the curriculum.
Here's the curriculum. Here's the literature.
Here's the parent handbook.
Sheet.
Here's everything. So then now,
my.
So now we knew. So it's a choice, man, and you choose not to know. But on the other side of that, bro, your future is waiting on you. You sitting up hiding. You know how many times I could have just said, I don't know. Everything in my life I didn't know.
Absolutely.
I didn't know how to speak.
No, let's do that one, Carl. Let's do that one.
That's real.
Yeah,
that's
do
real.
That one.
And more what I want to go to is the fact that
your gift will make room for you is not what people think.
Yeah.
Because people would just, what would I say your gift is if you just did real estate for 20 years? I'd say your gift is, man, he a beast investor.
Right.
Is that, really? Is that the gift? That ain't the gift.
That's not the gift.
Nah. But people look at me like, yo, you're editing. I'm like, that ain't the gift.
That's
The gift. The gift is me being able to serve with value, like she just said, understanding that difference. You see what I'm saying? So people look at the tangible thing that you might do with your hands or you might speak and all that, and they think that that's the gift. Bro, that's not the gift. The gift is making room.
That's right.
Like, don't miss that. The gift itself is making room. So the thing that you're doing, the thing that your hands are touching, that's not necessarily that might be the skill. Let's call it that. That might be the skill that you've learned and developed. But bruh, your gift is something so much bigger. Like, we ain't got to talk about that. Your gift is so much bigger than speaking.
Oh, no question.
Your gift is so much bigger than brand. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't want people to mess that up. But yeah, no.
Yeah, no. When Maul told me his vision was his gift,
Vision.
I was like, no question. And then not only vision, but Maul's, I want to call it's research, Maul, but it's more tenacious research. You feel me?
Reconnaissance.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta like people do research on Google. Like, you get up and just go search.
Yeah.
Like, you want to explore, you want to discover. You know, you remind me of Jacques Cousteau, if you will. My man was just like, under the earth.
Y'all gotta help me out with these old school references.
Oh, come on, you gotta know
you don't
him.
know that
You
one?
gotta know him.
Wow, okay.
Dog.
You know what?
AARP podcast is back.
I got my game face.
The boys are back in town.
I got my game face on, but when he said
Okay.
Jacques Cousteau, I was like, am I not
Okay.
no.
Well, maybe
It's a
because
French poet.
Carl, maybe because Carl
I have
is a
heard the name Jacques
biology.
Cousteau.
Maybe because Carl is a
I've heard the
biology
name.
major. Yeah.
But who is Jacques?
So just maybe
my man just explore, jump on that ship and go.
Go in the
Oh,
water.
okay. So you was a French explorer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And so you remind me here, Maul, because that's what he did. He explored, bro. And when you would go watch TV, I don't know if it was PBS that he came on.
R.I.P.
Probably
to our
PBS.
under 25 demographic, by the way.
Yeah, you feel me? And so, but Maul, when you said that hit me, because I was like, as you speak, you got to make sure you let people know that. And why? Because if you do real estate, but you don't do it like Maul, and you don't have a vision, that's what Maul is saying people are paying him for. And I know it because when I told Didi, I was like, Didi, man, when Maul said that, you know what it made me realize? When I go to the mall, I have to buy the whole suit on the rack with the shirt and the tie, Maul. If I see something, I got to buy the whole thing because I don't have a vision. I'm like, okay, whatever you did, just give me
whatever
that.
y'all got on that mannequin.
I need that because I can't go and take a shirt and a pair of pants. Like, I just don't see like that. So I don't have that type of vision to go into a room and see junk and go, we could turn this into. So really, that's what it is. And so, man, Carl, when you said that, it's like, at some point, for those of you who are listening, even when we show you ground screw, whatever, every ground screw is not the same. Every flight attendant is not the same. Like, we have some tendencies and some, some common behavior, but there are things that make us unique. And I'm telling you, when I think about the ground screw, like, yo, if you look at it at the airport, they do it all. Like, when you think about a plane, the pilot can't even, there's no reverse on that joker.
Let me say like this, you don't lose your thought, but ground crew is a category.
Yep.
Like, when I say category, it's the gate. I literally researched it, and it was like literally 70-something different jobs. Like, it was 70-something different.
No
like, we just think
question.
bags, put the bags on the plane. Bro, it's the gate crew, the gate agents, the people bringing the food on the plane. Bro, it's so much stuff. It's
Put
insane.
gas in.
Yeah, it's
when the
insane.
plane in the winter, when you
the icing joint.
Bruh, they do it all, bruh. But again, I just want to make sure we understand the kryptonite, and I think the kryptonite comes from, Carl said it, but I'm on the opposite side. I'm grounds crew in that I am people, and I'm about serving people. But I think the difference, Carl, is being a high school dropout, I don't get stuck because I'm comfortable with not knowing. You feel me? Like, I'm already knowing I don't know. So I go into it knowing I don't know, and saying, okay, I got to rely on God, or I got to rely on Carl, or I got to rely on CJ, or I got to rely on Jamal. Like, I'm already going in knowing I'm insufficient, and I believe being insufficient takes away the responsibility, like, because it ain't my responsibility no more. Like, I just know that God needs to use something or somebody. And I tell people all the time, when you think about me as I travel and you see other speakers, I'm not necessarily the sweetest whatever. Like, you gonna correct me. If you hear me speak,
But I think what makes me different is how many speakers going to Sexton? How many speakers just gonna go to a youth detention center? It's like, so it's not that I'm the best, but I'm available. And I realize, okay, God, you don't necessarily need the smartest person. You don't necessarily need the most organized person. You need a person. You feel me? And so if the sweetest person ain't available, if the smartest person ain't available, then they're not smart. Then the most structured, organized person is not there to be structured and organized, then they not organized. I'm like, God, I'm just available. And I just want you guys to chill because you're putting more pressure on yourself than you probably need to. And now you're talking yourself off the ledge. Matter of fact, you're creating a ledge that wasn't even there.
You're creating a ledge.
It wasn't even a ledge.
Yeah.
So you actually created the ledge,
Right.
went up on the ledge, jumped off the ledge,
Right.
then pissed at me because I ain't come to get you off the ledge.
Right.
I ain't even know you was on the
And
ledge.
then you want to say that you didn't know it was a
I
ledge
didn't know it was a ledge.
But
there.
you created the ledge.
You created the ledge.
Brought all the materials.
You brought all the
right?
material for the ledge. You
Put
built
this
the
together.
ledge. You built it, jumped off that joke.
You have become the ledge.
You are the ledge. Right. You the ledge. And so we want to encourage you. This is not a bashing, beating down podcast. It's not what it is. It is literally you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And you got to understand you're fearfully and wonderfully made. And whatever happened or whoever told you, whoever put you in a situation where they made you, timid or they made you overthink, like, yo, chill. They didn't mean no harm. They were just trying to correct you, and they didn't mean to correct you in a way that was gonna make you, like, they wanted to help you get better, and you took it as, I'm gonna stop because I don't want you to think I'm messing up. And there's nothing wrong with messing up. It's nothing wrong with it. It's something wrong with messing up and then quitting because you messed up, or looking at yourself less than you messed up, or looking at somebody else like they sweeter because they didn't mess up. They did. They just did. You know what I'm saying?
No,
they just not telling you they messed up.
No, watch this. They did, but they did so much stuff after that you forgot to mess up. Because it's there. You named the celebrity dog, and it's a mess up there, but they did so much after that. The mess up don't even matter no more.
When you were saying that, all I heard was, who told you was naked?
Who told you?
Who told you was naked? That's it.
Wow. Yeah, and we got to do a parenting and teaching something.
Yeah.
Because we giving this to our kids.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, like, we giving it to our kids.
I should have just been like, Ma, let my kid go to bed whenever they want to go to bed and teach them the lesson.
Teach them the lesson.
That, okay, this is what, I did. And I see how it had its repercussions because I saw my son at one point gun shy. Like, okay, this is my dad. I look up and he had to tell me, like, yo, E, I know you ain't really on that, but he does see you as his father. Like, you might not have had that kind of emotional attachment thing like that to your father. And so you like, yo, I'm just going out here and do my thing. But he's like, as a son who has a father, you do want, and so there were some times that he was trying, and I had to free my man up. Like, yo, bro, no.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do that. Yeah. I promise you I didn't mean to do that. Do you? I just wanted you to, and he was like, oh, well, where this come from? I was like, don't worry about where it come from. Don't worry about that.
New school.
I'm born again.
25 years late, but we got it.
I got baptized with your mama. You know what I'm saying? I've been born again. And so, but I did. I had to just let him know, like, yo, I didn't mean to do that. That was not the goal. Let's fix it.
Yeah.
I do want you to take risk, but I don't want you to be kamikaze.
Yeah.
I want you to take calculated risk, but I don't want you to stop because you messed up. And listen to me. Here's what I had to say to not only my son, but just period. Listen to this, y'all. You are enough. Because I've heard both of my children say, yeah, Dad, we're going to do this. And then when we do this, we're going to buy y'all this, and then we're going to make y'all proud. I was like, yo, there's nothing you can do to make me proud.
Yeah, that comes standard.
Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that. That
I
comes
like
standard.
that.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Ain't got that.
That's
Ain't got that. Ain't no add-on package.
I like that. That's the best model.
No, it don't come standard. All them, no, not even Organifi.
I thought that's where he was going to.
I was just thinking about that Escalade. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Listen, this ain't no commercial. They ain't paying.
for it. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. That thing hit different, boy.
Every time.
Yo, I'm not even a car guy.
Yeah.
Like, that's not my thing. Like, I'm not into cars like that, Carl. Bro,
I was in there with E the other day.
No.
He's sitting back, and I'm like, your hand's not on the steering wheel. What's really going on?
Not just the self-driving, though, but like, Candace need a new car, so we trying to
get in the car.
drive.
Come
on. Yeah.
What you talking about?
The car. Go for it.
What car?
You said a Cadillac.
Yeah, you got one.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying I want you to talk about the features that I'm probably not using.
Oh no,
So
no. It's just like dog. No, I'm just saying like it when you get in it and just drive it. You don't even got to use none of the features. Like it's really cut like that.
Yeah.
Like shout out to Cadillac. Like that's
no.
Like and we got in some other cars like test drive and stuff like that. Like and I was like,
it's terrible though because I can't get nothing else now.
Oh, bro, I promise you.
And that's what we're saying. Yeah.
I can't get anything else now, bro.
Ma was like, oh, we need to rent a car when we go here. I was like, ooh.
And do what?
Yeah. What we about to rent?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even think I could. Like seriously, like it is again.
It's an experience, bro.
Yeah, seriously. Like I'm just talking about the look and feel and and how it drive. Like Candace was because she getting a new car. She needed a new car, and she was like, just test driving some stuff and just kind of playing around. I didn't even hit Josh yet, but we went and drove a couple cars, and she was just like, She was like, this ain't.
We just gonna share this car.
Yeah, because she just been driving the Escalade, so she was just like, yo, I can't even. Like, that's not even. She was like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So shout out to So again, and y'all know I'm a GM baby.
Yeah.
So I can't drive. That's the highest you can go.
That's the highest.
So ain't no Maybach, a Rolls Royce in my future.
Yeah, and I'm a
Escalade is the top of the top.
I'm also a Ford baby, and I wouldn't get in. I wouldn't get in the Explorer.
Oh,
I wouldn't give it in that.
No, it's just different.
Maybe the Expedition,
bro. I'm talking about
the Expedition.
It's just different. Like when you're in that joint, like it's luxury for real.
And I've been in both. It's another. When y'all told me last night, I didn't even know. She was like, "Is your car? Is it turning colors?"
He had the lighting
like
in that
club,
joint,
bro.
I'm like, come on,
I'm like,
bro.
upstairs.
Oh, he just exposed me. I said, man, my car not doing all that. Let me go. I text Tommy after, was like, hey, man, you need to show me how you did it for E. I need my lights to go.
Like
E car had a light show going on.
Oh, for sure.
It was like Disney World.
No.
Epcot.
Candace was driving a couple of other cars. She done got so used to them high def cameras in the Escalade.
Crazy.
And it was a brand new car, and it was a nice car, whatever. Like, I ain't giving them no pub, but we looking at. She was like, "Yo, I can't even park this thing. Like I'm so spoiled by the Escalade. Gonna park your joint like fantastically every time. It's gonna, bro. It's
unbelievable, bro.
So
it's unbelievable.
But yeah, shout out to Organifi, the superfood green juice powder, keeping this podcast rolling for the last few years, man. We appreciate them. Y'all go to Organifi.com, ORGANIFI.com. Use the promo code SUCCESS to get 20% off your order. I had a question here from somebody, and I was like,
"That in a while."
Yeah, no, I'm about to start doing. I'm gonna bring it back because people have been,
Can we get the negativity back?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I love it.
Oh yeah, we got. Trust me.
I will. I must be negative. I must be negative.
Listen, if you out there. Don't be just sending in the funny negative because you just now it's a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones I've been reading from before are truly people who hate me.
Yeah.
Okay. They can't stand my guts.
Where y'all at?
So now I seen some funny
all
ones.
of them not haters. Some of them I like. The ones that say CB interrupted me when I'm talking. who does he think he is?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Who does this guy think?
Yeah, I like that. Now they gonna start saying, y'all need to switch over to Sherry's podcast.
I'm telling you.
Again, dude, don't threaten me with a good time. I would love to put up 72 a night. This is from Terrence in Massachusetts. Said, if the four of y'all got lost in the woods and had to survive for a month, how would y'all divide up tasks and what would the environment be like?
Well, you know me, I'll be waking us up every morning encouraging us. We only got 29 days left. We got 28 days left. We can do it.
I think I'd be the one to fight off all the bears and tigers and lions.
That would make
sense. You know what I'm saying? I would have to.
How do I know that?
I would have to. I would have to fight them off, dog. I would keep us safe.
Hey, I'm looking at the sun and seeing what direction the sun coming up. What's north? What's south? What's east? What's west? And we can figure out where we at and to get the blank out of there.
Food. I know that's right.
CJ would be
telling us all what to do.
CJ would tell us, "Hey, go be motivated. Hey, you go look for bears. Hey, you.
Mom, here come a bear. Mom, here come a bear. Go get him.
Why you sitting there, Mom? Why you still sitting there?
Hey, the real answer is I would have made the decision not to even be with y'all in the woods in the first place. I wouldn't have been there. So I'd have been sending the search team out
to come get us.
Back at
to come get us.
But I do feel like I could probably make a fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure, but like I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I've seen enough movies.
Yeah.
I did watch Castaway.
No doubt.
I saw how he got down, you know what I'm saying? So I think we would have a solid chance of getting out of there. But I think Maul will probably get on my nerves after about 2 days because he gonna be trying to do too much extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna be out there like trying to explore, and we gonna have to go get him every now and then. So
now, see, I didn't say this, but really, my responsibility be to carry CJ on my back because after 2 days he gonna be hurting. So I will have to put him on my back and carry him up the mountains and stuff like that. I would have to carry him on my back, like right about here. E. And
I
then
keep telling y'all, quit buying the hype. Mark's biceps the same size as all of ours. He just got a youth medium.
Right, a youth medium.
Hey, when I put this shirt on, I was like, I can't. I must get in this shirt.
Oh, bro, it's bad. So no, I don't got nothing else. Y'all got something else? We good. We got any announcements? Amal, what's going on? Make real estate real. What's happening?
Oh man, I've been getting so many messages of people saying, Maul, please open this thing back up. Please.
Yeah.
I think we got like almost about 700 people on a pre-registered list
man,
for the next intake. So guys,
but no, I think it was smart to do just to be able to service the people that we had in there, man. We got, a lot of people getting man, somebody came up to you the other day, a couple weeks ago at the conference and was talking about, how they just I think it was like 80K, something like that on the flip. Just, just insane testimony. So, man, just super happy to be able to bless the community with that, man, and glad y'all getting so much out of it. Carl, what's going on at Solo Creative Pro?
Hey, so first of all, we switching the name to Deeper Than the Brand. I tell y'all, me and Nikki locked and loaded, so we switching the whole brand to Deeper Than the Brand. But I just got one quick thing to read, man. And we quick. No, I'm gonna read a part of it, Maul. It said, somebody just sent a review on Maul. I'm talking about it's a couple of paragraphs.
I'm looking at it. I see it.
Carl, I cannot begin to express how you're breaking down all the technical aspects in a manner that I can understand and immediately apply. Step 1, step 2, step 3. The same approach we talked about today, guys. That's the approach that we took with the challenge. She said immediately apply. It made me more comfortable with making videos. I am more purposeful in what I do and how I do it. And I'm not like, let me just turn the camera on anymore. That's not good enough. Man, I'm telling y'all, very, very practical, very, very simple, man. So deeperthanthebrand.com.
Deeperthanthebrand.com. Make sure y'all go check it out, man. And also, did we set the date for Chicago already?
I heard it's going to be the same month.
It's the same.
Around the same time. Around
the same time frame. Yeah, no, we got 120. Man, let me tell y'all something. Y'all better get y'all tickets. When we let these tickets go, y'all better get them early because, man, let me tell you something, dog. That 120. And shout out, man, big shout out to Sierra and Didi for the gear.
Fire.
I don't know if y'all noticed, but our gear has been severely upgraded. So if you're around here and you ain't got a grind gear, make sure you go get some because I'm telling you, like all of these joints, I'm talking about fire. I seen people buying them at the conference. I was like, oh, y'all looking good. They posted pics.
That 120 jacket, bro, it didn't make it out the first day.
Bro, for real?
They didn't make it out the first day.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone was gone.
It helped when E wear it, too. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, oh, that's the first one. But no, the gear is on a whole nother level. So make sure y'all go check out the grind gear as well. What y'all got up, man? Y'all doing anything fun?
Not right now. Right now, we in the planning season. Nothing fun now.
Man, it's so crazy, man. Ever since I started rocking with y'all, bro, I don't even know what month it is. I don't know the days.
I was laughing at you. I'm like, Maul on a flight like every other day.
I was straight up. Bro, I have no clue. So it's just every day is the weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
Every day is just like get up, grind, work out. Like I don't even see, oh man, this the clock. I'm not watching the clock anymore. I'm not even watching the calendar anymore. It's just like, let's go. Whatever we got going on, let's just get up. Let's just do it, dog.
No doubt. Cool. All right. Well, E left us already. Of course, he got a call to be on, and I got to eat something. So, hey, we out of here. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll see you next week.
Let's go.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity.